Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's right, we are live and we are ready to go tonight. The Wrasslin for Life Network is back at it again. The channel covering wrestling like nobody else. We are here today for our weekly podcast, Let's Rumble. Myself, this gentleman here, another gentleman will be joining us, and we're going to have a lot of fun. There is a shit ton to talk about tonight. There is a lot to discuss. There's a lot to debate, and I know there's at least a few things that we don't all see eye to eye on. But that being said, folks, thank you for being here. Don't forget, like, subscribe, join the family, be a part of the show. We're going to have a lot of fun for the next couple hours. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. That's right. Let me in. We are in. We are ready to go, folks. And as always, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. The guy that just doesn't get a hint and won't go home. But of course, we do not do this alone here. There is a three-headed monster running the show, and I think we just added a fourth head, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah. But that being said, next to me is the Master of Mayhem, everyone's best friend, the king of the what chant, Mr. Big Nick. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, sir?
I'm wonderful. I mean, we've got Thursday in the book. Friday, Junior's down. So some of you are already kicking off your weekend and getting out there, having a lot of fun, or joining us tonight, which you should be wherever you are, no matter what you're doing. And yeah, tomorrow's Friday. The weekend is upon us. I hope everyone's got some plans for the weekend. It's going to be a good time. Don't forget, we are here all weekend long. There's JCW, there's Halloween Havoc, there's lots to cover, lots to talk about, and we'll be right here as we always are, folks. So if you haven't been here before, I will remind everybody, this is Let's Rumble, our weekly podcast. Of course, we do the live streams for all the shows and all your favorite brands, but this is a chance for us to just step away from the shows for a second and discuss the hot topics in wrestling, discuss the latest news, go through some of what people are talking about, you know, in the IWC, and some of it we don't agree on, and that's where we get into the rumbles of this all. So don't be shy. Join us in the chat. We'll click on as many comments as we can, but not.
So the man, the myth himself disappeared as well, but I believe he was saying that we will click on as many comments as we can, folks. But this is what we get.
I don't even know.
I don't. That's a first to see that one happen. I haven't seen that.
Speech, just poof.
Right. I've seen, you know, freeze. I've seen end stream, but never just you disappear.
Man, it's that thing where when you transition from one set of technology to new technology, and you start pushing on shit that you probably shouldn't be, and you learn the hard way. Now I know
technology always fails the second you need it.
Well, yeah. So next thing I knew, I was back in the lobby. Like, what the fuck?
But no, folks, this is all the back and forth banter you get from us every night during like the commercial breaks and everything, just all rolled up into one big package for you. Pause.
Right. Now, just real quick, Dro, good to see you. Hey, Ashley, we will see Ashley back on this channel very soon, so stay tuned for that. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Alexander, Dro, who else we got in here? Chris, Timothy, anybody else watching at home, thank you for joining us. And Nick, where do you want to start tonight? I mean, we got AEW news, we got WWE news.
Oh,
what's on your wrestling mind?
Well, wait. There's some stuff that I kind of want to wait until our brother.
Yeah, we gotta wait for CEEJAY.
So we want to find. Let's find a softball one here, because there's a lot. I feel like you and I and the three of us are going to go back and forth on.
Where are we going? I just want to see if there's any comments here. The Rock's movie is already out. Yes. So Black Adam has been released.
Yeah. I'm interested to see it. I don't know about you.
I want to see it. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good comic book movie, and I want to see how they tie it all in with everything else. And I think it'll be good. I like The Rock as an actor. I really do. I mean, you know, people kind of bagged on him when he was the Tooth Fairy, but look where he's come. And like, I mean, comedically, he does great movies. His action movies, I mean, some of them suck. Like that whole Earthquake one was awful. One of the most selfish fucking superhero movies ever, or super good guy stories ever was that. What was that fucking Earthquake movie?
I'm not sure.
I just went on a sidebar.
Well, no, The Rock's had, you know, lately some big hits. You know,
Yeah.
he's obviously can go through and find a couple duds and everything. I initially wasn't super excited to see it, but like you said, I'm a sucker for a comic book movie. You're tugging on my nostalgia there, so.
Absolutely. As a, you know, grew up very much a comic book nerd.
Right.
But
so do we want to start with this one? So
What's that?
I said, do we want to start off with this one? So WWE got Bray Wyatt, but we got the return of Renee Paquette on AEW.
Yeah,
I guess we can tie that into, like, we got Rio last night. We got a couple of underwhelming returns, I'll say.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because we get like, oh, the Good Brothers, woo! And then you go like, Rio.
Right. Who?
I'm not a fan of Rio. Like, folks in the chat can let me know if I'm wrong. But I don't care for Rio. And Rio beating these ladies is bad for these ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I did see that. T's and P's to Kevin Nash and his family. Big sexy. Pause.
Yeah, no. Thoughts and prayers for sure. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I just saw a little bit of it. He was 26 years old. I didn't see cause, but
ooh, that's hard. But anyway, back to the point at hand.
Mm-hmm.
But thoughts and prayers out to the Nash family. That's heartbreaking. This banner to me, like this little topic, is a little bit unfair because like they got Bray, we got Renee. It's a bit of tongue in cheek here, folks, because I mean it's a tough comparable. Like you can't really, yeah, it's not even the same thing, you know. It's not the same aspect of the business. And Renee's return was kind of, you know, whatever.
Well, it's interesting, and I guess we're talking about comic book movies earlier and everything with Black Adam. So Papa Paul's become Thanos, you know, collecting all the Infinity Stones with all these big returns and everything. Right. So I feel like he's kind of snapping AEW off into the nether because they're pulling in, and I love Renee. Obviously, she's fantastic, but you're a big return or big debut, your big signings of backstage personality. Your big return is somebody that we forgot was on your roster. I think Tony's reached that point that we all thought he was going to get to where he's kind of, this is going to sound terrible saying it, but he shot his load early. Pause. So all those big returns, those big WWE signings and everything, now you already got them. So now you can't do all these 10,000 debuts, returns, and everything like Hunter is in WWE.
No, it's like coming up against the boss in any video game and you unload everything you have and the boss is still alive when you're done and you're like, shit.
Right.
And I don't know what it was, right? Like he had big moments. He had big bombs. He landed. And I said he was the darling of wrestling for a little bit. But I mean, for me, what you did with the talent that you acquired, you underachieved. And you had a real chance to put a dent in this. And I mean, you're not that far off. If you can consistently pull in a mill, which we'll talk about later.
Right.
But if you can consistently pull in a mill and the other company's pulling in 1.7 to 2, you're not that far behind. You just got to do stuff that people want to see, not just 900,000 people want to see.
Well, and that's the thing is there's still that diehard fandom that's out there pulling for AEW 100% to still topple the giant, to still topple Thanos there over in WWE. But like you said, like Danielson, Adam Cole, Samoa Joe, Miro, all these big signings, these big names that you have, and he's misused and mishandled every bit of talent with them.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think so. I mean, Adam Cole was fire when he signed. People lost their mind when Adam Cole signed. He never amounted to much. Now he's on the shelf and may never be back. You have Daniel Bryan, his return, big pop, same night, big twist. Didn't amount to much. Didn't come to much. Nothing memorable. Are you really going to remember that?
He's now on a losing streak to Chris Jericho.
Yeah, fucking hell. And his cohorts.
Right.
Lovely. But like, are you going to remember that arena anarchy match now, next week, next year?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, no, I agree with you. So, I mean, and then you go into, I mean, Miro, you said, Andrade, you said.
Andrade's trying to get himself fired.
I
I think that might be part of it too, is that now you're seeing to where those free agents that Tony normally could just scoop right up and just welcome in with an open door.
Yeah.
Now we're saying, thanks, let me think about it. Even with Bandito, they offered Bandito a contract. He still has not officially, as far as I know, put pen to paper with that, because WWE's also thrown it
That's
off.
one of the ones that I don't even know if Triple H is like, people are like, oh, the WWE want him bad. And I'm like, well, I like Bandito a lot, but are they tripping over to get another guy in that kind of vein of wrestler? Maybe.
Right.
I don't know, but I could see that it'd be hilarious if he just showed up. Like, all right, here he is. And it's not on AEW.
Yeah, is it getting to that point of Hunter's just now going to start signing people just to not have them go to AEW?
Well, man, he did it before. He'll do it again. I mean, when he had the chance before, he went shopping and just started wiping off the shelves. Like, he ran through just clearing shelves.
Yeah, back when Vince still held the checkbook. Now he instead of the checkbook, so he can just spend whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, within reason. Nick Khan's still there, but if Triple H can explain that, you know, our talent budget's going to be X amount of dollars, and this is why.
Don't you want to be known as the one Khan in professional wrestling, Nick? Don't you want to run that imposter out of business? Don't you want to, you know, add depth to the roster?
Right. I'll tell you what, when we buy it, Mr. Khan, you can take over. We'll let you run it just for shits and giggles.
We can do like with Shane, to where the name on the contract does say Khan.
But yeah, I mean, I think right now we're in a place with AEW where Tony is knee-jerk signing. And we talked before about some of the things he's doing. It comes from a seemingly insecure place. He doesn't believe in himself enough. And, you know, so he panics. Like, was the WWE really going to run out and scoop up Taven and, you know, the OGK just real quick like that? Maybe, maybe not. Did it get leaked? Maybe so Tony would jump. Maybe. I don't know. But I think Tony, like, they're not going to move the needle substantially. So let them have him. We got Bray Wyatt back. We got the good one. I think we can do something.
The fact that you mentioned the OGK as a prime example, they got like the anti-pop when they came out, of like the whole crowd, like the air left the arena. Right. Everyone was just like, why? That's exactly what.
It's not wrong, sir.
Right. And I love Matt Taven. I love Mike Bennett. Maria Kanellis. Yeah, I could leave her. But that should have still been a big deal, a big signing and everything, or a big return, debut signing, however you want to view it. But instead, you got a lot of people that are just like, who? On WWE, you get woo. On AEW, you get who? For who the fuck are you?
Yeah, and I mean, in a lot of cases, there's been a bit of that. And like we said, when the other channel's starting to pump out stars and bring back stars, even if you, whatever way you fall in the Brock Lesnar argument, I know we'll talk about that in a bit, but love him or hate him, I mean, when they're bringing in people, names like that, name value like that, you put the belt on Ronda, just another name value. You're going to let Logan Paul main event, name value. So I think you get to the point where, you know, bringing in Bandito, bringing in Juice Robinson, bringing in Riho isn't doing anything to help you.
No, not when the other guys bringing in guys like the OC who still had deals as the car passes by. Don't worry, I'm not getting shot at. But as they've still got, I guess, a match booked with New Japan and everything. So he's bringing guys straight over from New Japan. And there was that whole little rumor going around about maybe WWE's trying to work out a deal with New Japan, which would be a big coup with Tony, because Tony very much thinks he's got that partnership sewn up.
I wouldn't go too far. And do remember, we talk about like if Triple H can work out a deal and sell, like Triple H, clearly a good salesman. He's been doing it for 35 years in his career and out of his career, just pitching people on shit. And he seems to have the gift of gab. Like he seems to be really
the
good.
man's the cerebral assassin for a reason, and it's not just what he did in the ring.
That's that's why he's kind of the GOAT to me in a lot of regards. But dude, I mean, I think a lot of it's very methodical from Triple H, and I think he has this ability to go, all right, guys. Well, do you remember when you did their Forbidden Door show and pretty much all their guys went over and it didn't really mean shit? Let us do one with you and let's make it better.
We can bring you over to Saudi and they'll pay you so much money.
Right? Do New Japan versus WWE.
Could you imagine that super show? Well, that's the thing, is they could do it in like Australia. They could go and do one like that in Japan. They did it with Clash. Look at how well Clash went over to where it's because Wembley underbid Cardiff. And so now imagine if they did that and did it in Japan. We've got NXT Europe popping off. Or if they did it, you could do it in Saudi Arabia. A super show like that with WWE's packaging and promotion and everything behind it would blow the doors off of Forbidden Door. No pun intended
in that regard. Right. But literally, right? So yeah, I don't disagree with you at all, Nick. I think now it's good times. I mean, and we'll talk about Tuesday in a little bit here, but I mean, all right. So when I see the companies purposely doing certain things, and I know it's a direct response to one or the other, and that's kind of how this is going, tit for tat, I like that shit. I get off on it. I'm sorry. I think it's great. I want more of it. I want more of that cattiness. I don't need those like Twitter comments by Tony or I like the little subtle ones where you're slipping it into your show or you're mocking. Like, it's good if you do it right.
Wrestling was at its hottest peak point when you had the Monday Night Wars, and the second closest you got to that was the Wednesday Night Wars, which did, I feel, bring a lot of vibe and energy back to wrestling. Mm-hmm. So I know AEW fans, because they've become the little brother in this situation because now they're on the back foot, don't want to say, we're competition anymore, but you need that back and forth. We want both companies to actually be competitive and be doing shot for shot with each other, not like you said, the little pot shots like Tony throws out a little tweet saying this or that,
right.
Or even I'd say Hunter specific. Sorry, go ahead.
Longest running wrestling promoter or whatever the fuck.
Right, yeah. To put that out the day Vince steps away was kind of tasteless, honestly.
Say less.
Right. Well, and even though I liked seeing, at least, even though I guess we'll get into it with Tuesday and everything, but I liked at least seeing the fire that Hunter and Sean and everybody put behind NXT, if it was that first time going back head to head with them.
Yeah, fuck it. We're sending KO down. We're sending a bunch of people down.
We're sending Nakamura down. We're sending, this person.
Nakamura might be hanging out and staying.
Ooh.
I heard some reports about Nakamura maybe just give him another run down there.
Give him all for it
as long as the man gets to wrestle.
Have him Kinshasa Braun Breaker's head right clean off his shoulders, please.
Right? Now, what do you think? Now, we'll go on. This is a bit of a soft topic, isn't it? But what do you think about the idea of Theory cashing in on NXT?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I think we might have called that and talked about that on this channel way before it came to fruition, it seems, in WWE. Because we were wondering what they were going to really do with Theory winning the briefcase. Is Austin Theory really going to cash in on Roman Reigns? A hard pass on that one. So now where does he go? And we thought they might take the briefcase off him. We thought he might do it for the US title, which would be a first. I think him doing it for the NXT title, I think it might put an end to Money in the Bank really mattering as much as it does.
I mean, it's weird, and it's definitely come up more than once on this channel. But every time it comes up, I laugh it off, Nick. I'm like, no, come on, because again, if you won a lotto ticket and you had the choice between third prize, second prize, or first prize, are you going to take third?
Well, if I have to still gamble on first and second.
Oh, touche. Right. Okay.
But to me, again, it devalues the Money in the Bank briefcase. It is a good thing for Theory to do that, I guess, as he disappear. But I could see that working. It makes sense with the Theory character, but you could do that and not have the Money in the Bank briefcase involved. It's continuously stepped down from when like Otis won it to now we've got Theory of there's no way he's clearly cashing it in. It just constantly seems to be taking a little bit step back and another step down.
Yeah, like I mean, to me, yeah, and I see what you're saying with the whole gamble thing. Like, if you look at yourself and go, "All right, there's no way I'm going to beat that gentleman, so maybe I take a shot at this one."
Yeah,
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad shout, but then it just kind of speaks to the fact of if you got to drop down to like if Triple H can go public and say, "Well, NXT is her developmental brand." Well, then you shouldn't have the guy who won the Money in the Bank going down to the developmental brand.
well, that's what I'm saying is that to me it devalues. Well, Theory's already had, like I've said many times, that he's had the Vince beaten out of him. He's fully gotten his Vincectomy now, especially if he's going down to NXT. But to have him go down there as the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, and he uses it, like you were saying there, to cash in on the developmental champion.
Yeah.
Well, now not only does Theory take a step back, so does the Money in the Bank, which you built a whole pay-per-view around about now, takes a step back.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that assessment. And I know, like it seems like I think it's more likely now. And I see Dale's comment here. It was rumored that Theory will cash in on at Halloween Havoc. Does that make NXT a little more noteworthy?
No. I know we're going to talk about this later, but it sounds a little bit more like to me of what the other company's doing with their version of the Money in the Bank briefcase of you're devaluing both by making almost an announced cash in by botching the cash in itself. So it doesn't draw anything more to NXT to have it announced, rumored, leaked. It should still be at least a goddamn surprise. If you're gonna still put it on the developmental brand, at least make it a damn surprise.
I think it will be. I think he would just show up on Saturday and fucking
no, because we've already got Dale in the comments saying, "Oh, it's been leaked that it's going to happen," and we saw it on NXT where he shows up with the briefcase. Well, if he just showed out on Halloween Havoc,
what happened was what had happened is people saw Theory on NXT, and then the dirt sheets write articles with the title being WWE, blah, 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 just on that speculation because A plus B has to equal C. So that's where I've seen reports of it too. I don't know if it's anything substantial or by anybody that matters.
But you still at least know that he's most likely going to cash in NXT, whether it be at Halloween Havoc, whether it be the next NXT after or what have you. But it still to me would have been, even if it's going to be the moment that it's going to be, it still would have been a bigger moment if he just randomly runs out and you even have, say, Booker on commentary asking, can he do that? Because we've never seen someone cash in on the NXT champion. It's always been the world champion.
Right.
So that I feel like makes it a bigger moment. That's something you talk about more after the show. Then now you almost are kind of waiting for it.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely, Nick. I think yeah, see, I mean, it'd be a shocking moment. It'd definitely be newsworthy. There we go. Yeah, no, I think it'd be a shocking moment. I think it'd be newsworthy. I think we grab a little buzz with it, but I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know if overall I like the decision, but if he's gonna keep it.
What about like what Mike said here of what if Theory cashes in and then doesn't do it successfully?
Then Theory needs to retire and go be that's the end of Theory. If he goes down to NXT, returns to NXT and fails, give up. You're fine.
Like then you've really devalued both significantly at that point.
And I know, like you said, we're beating the Vince off this child, but I mean, at some point, you gotta fucking give him a break, right? Like Hunter, even you had a break at some point of like, all right, fine.
Is it telling though that they can't figure out what to do with Austin Theory on the main roster, yet they sure as shit seem to keep wanting to go with Dom Guerrero on the main roster? That boy should be at NXT.
Well, that's the thing. But now Dom's endearing himself enough in such a way, thanks to this whole thing with Rhea Ripley, he ain't going nowhere. He's one of the better things on the show, which is fucked up. That
for the memes, for the
quotes, I mean, it's like they slicked his hair back to give him a button up, and they got rid of his dad. It's a little weird that we didn't get a payoff of Dom versus dad. Like, he should go over on his dad to kind of symbolically, I'm free, I'm a man.
That's how much Ray didn't want that feud. He went to another brand to where that Gunther's going to cave that poor man's chest in. He'd rather deal with Gunther than deal with Dominic Guerrero. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a weird twist of events. And I'm not thrilled about the idea that Ray's going to get an IC title match. I don't care. Ray, to me, over the last while, I just don't want to see him anymore. Like, he's just.
Well, what do you think that they had him switch brands? Like that he literally had to, he was going to retire.
I don't want to fight my son.
Right. He had to go to a whole different show, and in replace, Raw got Corbin and JBL.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. It's like, I don't know. I just don't. Man, I just don't. I don't see Rey Mysterio the same way anymore. And I think because for so long he's been in that completely cookie cutter match. Like a Rey Mysterio match looks the same pretty much every time you see it.
He's fallen into that Dolph Ziggler. I know you're a big fan of him, but that Robert Roode problem of how can I miss you if you don't go away? Yeah. Which now we miss Robert Roode, but we still don't miss Ziggler. And we're getting that way with Ray. I think ever since he had that whole feud with Seth Rollins and had the weird eye for an eye with the ketchup covered ping pong ball and everything, that it's been just all kind of downhill, and it's been stagnation by complacency with Ray. They don't want to ever move him really up the card. They don't ever want to move him down the card. He's the gatekeeper to for the longest time Monday Night Raw.
Right, you kind of took my idea as well, like in that sense of has become the gatekeeper. Him and Dolph Ziggler. Everyone's like, why would they do that with Dolph? Well, they sent him down to fight Braun because it gave Braun good matches. Dolph's going to give you a good match. Ashley, leave Dolph alone.
Stop, he's already dead.
I don't know how to feel about babyface Dolph yet, but
no, that's somebody who needs a change of scenery in a big way. Of Tony Khan, you might want to try and get that man's number. You already got his brother, so
put him in a tag team with.
But why would you do that though? You bring Dolph Ziggler over to AEW, and then he just goes over and says, "It should have been me. It should have been me. Why should it have been you, Dolph?" And it's crazy. But how y'all doing, man? What's going on?
What is going on?
Way to make an entrance there.
It's actually crazy because I was when I had seen Dolph on the show, I was like, damn. I said, why isn't Hunter really utilizing him more? And I was thinking, I was like, and this is like true shit. I was like, if Dolph ran over to Hunter and said, Hunter, look, put me on the show, and Hunter asked him, why would I put you in a spot right now? You have no momentum. You can wrestle. You are good on the microphone, but where would you exactly fit right now on my show?
He fits where they're using him, and that's in that. Okay, we need a meaningless match against a good wrestler to get somebody some respect. And that, so, for the longest time, it was heel Dolph fought any new heel that was coming through, or babyface. Ray got the heels, and that's what they would do. They'd have these decent matches, but they always end up losing. And but they do like to Dolph's credit, you're going to get a good match.
Oh, he's somebody that you can have a good match with that has a name that's a good hand. But with Dolph, it's always been weird pause. But it's always been weird that
Don Callis?
stories like when he was the U.S. champion, then vacates it and walks away, and then they bring him back and do nothing with it. So now we got babyface Dolph to where they were going to have him like pair up with AJ Styles and everything, and then we got nothing with that.
That's true.
It's been a lot of stop-start with him.
Gotcha. So like, so how would you feel about this? Let's say, for instance, Hunter brought him on. Let me say this. I wish that Roman Reigns will lose one of his damn titles. I want that black belt to go away, first of all, because the only reason I say this is because we have so many good people that we can't do shit with. But this may be a opportunity for Hunter to show us all that he can book people without being in that title field. I don't know, but
I think there's two people that he can book. As soon as I saw this, I want to talk about this. But there's two people that he can book that don't need to be in a title picture. That absolutely he can build a good storyline with, build a big match, build a big feud with, and that's Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah, and this is gonna be the right way this time. We're not gonna see that squash shit. We're gonna see two big meaty men slapping.
Two big beefy boys slapping meat. But so, do you think though that it should be happening in Saudi, or I could see that being a Mania match? Like, imagine you have Mania night 1 is Brock versus Lashley in a last man standing match, and then night 2 is Roman versus Rock for the title.
Yeah, it could be. However, Mania is a couple months away, and Saudi is their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, now they revisit it, of course, but that time wouldn't they kind of have a belt, or either wouldn't Bobby lose his momentum?
Or what if Bobby wins this one because Brock won the first one?
I think
Bobby kind of smashed Brock on Raw.
Shit, we may be able to get this in Survivor Series. I just don't see them taking it all the way to WrestleMania unless they're going to do that match 1, match 2, match 3 type spiel and then stretch it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea as far as you have Lashley versus Brock. I think for me, I don't get I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this match. I can't wait to see it. There you go. See, I'm
excited for seeing them go through tables and go through the barricade.
I feel like I've seen it. Like even this week where they went through the timekeepers. I'm like, fuck again.
But it was different this time. It was Brock Lesnar going through it. That was what popped me the most. Brock Lesnar got his ass beat.
He did.
But to be fair to Brock Lesnar, he did fuck up Bobby Lashley first. But bro, yeah, I popped so damn hard when I seen Bobby put that motherfucker through the damn table. I was like, bro.
Oh, I watched that on replay after because that man Brock Lesnar. Who have you seen really throw around Brock Lesnar like that?
Man, right. and the thing, those are two cancers, bro. They have some very evil blood. So when we get to see them two men fight for real without any boundaries, I think it's going to be a great match. Now, I ain't going to say it's going to be a 5 out of 5 star match, but it has potential because, like I said, now the training wheels are truly off. Hunter is going to let these two guys actually go in and fucking fight. We're going to see the boxing or the MMA shit between both of them, plus the WWE style, plus these are two big-ass men that won't just be picking up each other, easily and shit. This is going to be like damn near Big Show versus Mark Henry type of shit, but...
Well, it goes back to when everybody was a big fan of Braun Strowman running around destroying everything. You're going to get that with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. It's absolutely no one has a problem with two big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause.
Nah. I can't do with the damn pause. now let me ask you this. Since you brought up Braun, how do you guys feel about his big ass coming in the ring still and doing this and running people over? I think that shit is done for.
I haven't loved the return of Braun. It almost feels like he's waiting for something. Like he's got real no purpose at this point.
Right.
And again, he's such a big badass. Him running around like a choo-choo train doesn't really do it for me.
Now, Braun is the tank engine running around the ring. Doesn't do it for me. Yes. Brawny the Strowman. Yes, Braun. Instead of Thomas the tank engine, Braun is the tank engine.
Lord,
I got where Wyatt came.
Right. But to me, since you aren't a big fan, I guess, KJ, of Lashley and Brock, now what if you had Braun thrown in there as a triple threat. You just put all the big beefy boys.
I think you just fucking
destroying everything.
Water up. Listen, I think Lashley and Brock has the potential to overachieve as it pertains to expectation. And I think part of the problem is, like you said, when generally you get like two big monsters like this in the ring, you get a very sloppy, heavy, slow WWE style match. Now it's a new era. Things have changed. Could they overachieve? Could they give us something better than we expect? Maybe. I think so. I kind of wish this was heel Lashley with MVP against
hell yeah,
happy-go-lucky Brock.
Hell yeah, boy.
Yeah, well, instead we are getting MVP and Omos versus Braun, and we're getting Lashley versus or face Lashley versus face Brock.
Well, and we just
versus
bring that all together.
Unsuspected Brock.
Right?
Yeah.
Saudi, we do a tag match, bring them all together.
Now I want to tap in on Nick's comment saying adding Braun to that mixture. I think that's when we get to I don't want to see that shit because it's now it's too much because it's you already got these two big ass bald headed one big bald headed motherfucker and then you got a cowboy or a pirate now. KJ, fuck up because I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, I got something. I got a bone to pick with you. Matter of fact,
yes.
But yeah, adding three big guys into a ring. I mean, we already know what's going to happen. The ring is going to get fucking broken. Either there's going to be another SummerSlam spot with the ring being up in the fucking air. Three, the goddamn matches is going to be slow as hell. Or either four, one big guy is going to play the bitch role while the other two guys play dominance. I don't want to see that. I'd rather see these two big guys go first, and let's see what we can get from them because we know what we can get from Braun. But we never have really seen the true potential of what we can get from Brock and Bobby Lashley in that ring by themselves.
Fair enough. That's valid because, I mean, you had that match between Brock, Braun, and Kane. I think it was one of the Royal Rumbles a couple years ago to where Brock famously gave Braun a receipt and all that because of a stiff knee. And like you were saying, Kane kind of just had to play the bitch role of just go off and you just take all the big moves.
Yeah.
But I do very much – and see, even Gilly agrees with me. Two kaijus going at it is going to be a slobber knocker. So, just, you got Godzilla versus King Kong. You want to see those motherfuckers just throw down. You don't want to see, you want to see big guy versus big guy.
Yeah. Now, KJ.
Yes.
How the hell are you able to teleport and keep your same form while you be on Monday Night Raw, NXT, and Dynamite? This makes no sense. Everybody that's here today, I guarantee you, you will see a bald white guy with a fucking black and gray beard in the crowd. Anytime you watch TV now, you're going to see KJ.
I'm a trendsetter.
AJ is the white rabbit.
Everyone getting the gray and the beard and showing up front row in wrestling shows. Yeah, it's not a coincidence.
It's so hilarious. So I'm watching Raw. This on YouTube. I'm like, is that KJ?
This motherfucker.
KJ's not a man. He's a movie
all night. It's like, is this you? You know where I was.
That's the thing. I don't know if you are truly KJ anymore. That's the problem.
Right, Dr. Strange over there.
Yeah,
multiverse of every night.
You turn on NXT, boom, another one. I'm like, what the fuck? Makes no damn sense, man. Yeah. So yeah, KJ is not KJ. He is every goddamn where. Lashley versus Brock. My final opinion on that. I think that would be a great match since we have Hunter running it. Now going back to you once again, Nick. Could it be at WrestleMania? Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
Am I happy that's happening at Saudi? Yes, because I'd rather have it at Saudi with the bigger crowd rather than at Hell in the Cell or Hell in the Cell. I don't know. Hell in the Cell. I'm gonna keep right there. I meant to say Extreme Rules or either at Survivor Series. So I'd rather have it at Saudi. We have that bigger crowd and that bigger atmosphere. I think that'd be perfect.
Just do it at War Games. Have Brock in one ring and Lashley in the other ring with a cage around both rings. Just they tear everything the fuck down.
You know what? That would be one of the coolest spectacles ever if they did a War Games just for two men. They're too big to cage one.
Ultimate fight pick.
Like this giant fucking monstrosity just for two guys.
You know what, Carlos? I have to give you this. I have to give you that one. Okay, you're right. Bro. You're right. fuck it. Hey, so if I'm black and I'm from Canada, I'm not black, I'm Canadian. Let me know. Look, let me know. Oh man! All right, moving on. I don't know what topics you guys have touched on, or was this the second?
The only one we touched on was basically theory. So
cool.
Well,
so
and we talked about Renee Paquette returning to AEW, debuting on AEW.
All right, cool. So in that case, NXT versus All Elite Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Carlos asked for it. He wants a minute of my.
Dale gave us the ratings if you want to talk about the ratings.
Yeah, Dale, you got the ratings?
Dale gave them to us, I believe.
I have them.
Cool.
I have them.
Cool. He got listed right here. Raw did 1.8 million viewers. NXT 676K. AEW 752 million viewers.
Who wants to go first on this?
Okay, Dale. That's 752 million, bro. But that's definitely 752K.
Yeah.
Best show ever.
Man,
that's a K.
That is so hilarious. I've seen that Tony apparently was on Twitter, I guess showing his gratitude, or he did something else about people watching it.
I told you he would.
What exactly did he say?
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
I saw it.
I was trying to find the quarter.
I don't want to misquote the man, but to me it was so Jesus. I pull up Twitter to find Tony Khan, and you got me tagged in nonsense.
Okay, here you go. I got it right here. October the 19th, right? Or was it on?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been the 19th.
Okay, cool. October 19th, and I quote, all he said was, thank you to everyone who watched AEW Dynamite last night on the TBS network. We appreciate each and every one of you who watches the show. What a gift that says 110.
Yeah, there it is.
So, but he does that every night. Oh, but he just didn't do the GIF. He don't do the GIFs,
well, he threw in the 110, which is the margin of victory.
Oh.
Bitch. Yeah.
That's the shit.
That's the shit.
It's time to
that cannon little pot shot.
You smarmy little prick.
That's why he fits in perfectly with the Elite.
Ah, touche. Listen, I'm going to say this. It's been bugging me all day. I'm watching people tweet about it. I'm watching people talk about it. And I feel like I'm in the Twilight fucking zone. I feel like I've lost my goddamn mind. Yes, WWE sent wrestlers down to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were really good ones. For the most part, like I said in one of my tweets, we had a fucking Zion fucking Quincy match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so congratulations, world champion did better than that match. I fucking hope so. And for me, 100,000 difference? Come on now. Like, that's not... A team versus A team, you're getting destroyed. If they had advertised that fucking the Bloodline and Gunther and fucking Bray were all going to be on Tuesday, it would have been 1.4 to 700,000. Period.
So it was 752 and NXT did 676.
Yeah, it was like 110,000 difference. And to me, if I was putting out my fucking show, it's got to do 1 million, and NXT's got to do 700,000. Now you can brag a little. Now you'd be like, it's not even close.
Now, I'm of two minds in this, in that it was Tuesday night. It was a different night for AEW as well. Granted, they did also have the lead in from the Yankees game, which I also have up right now. And it also did a little bit seem like NXT at one point started to kind of just give them the ratings and everything, with, like you said, you had Quincy Elliott versus Zion Quinn in the co-main.
Yeah.
You don't have that starting off the show, well, in a throwaway segment, anything like that. Then you end it with Raquel versus Cora Jade, to where Raquel stupidly gets herself DQ'd. It ended on a flat note. We thought it went off the air, and then it came back with
we still had the main event with the KO show.
Right.
Yeah, Nick's like, the show's over, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? But they had the KO show segment, which was hilarious, by the way.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but then you also had AEW, like you said, it had a world title match. Granted, that went a certain way, but they had so much. Yeah, they stacked the deck with their full lineup. They don't have You know, this is still developmental versus starting lineup. This is G League versus starting lineup.
Oh yeah, that's what bothers me about the brag. Like, and I said this on Tuesday. It's lose for Tony in my mind, but apparently the fans are completely different than my thinking. See, if Tony wins, he's supposed to win. It's the bigger show. It's you know, when you roll out Jericho in a title match and Moxley in a title match, again, it's not the same animal. It's not supposed to be the same animal. If you want to take your dark roster and put it on Tuesday and beat them by 100,000 and brag, do it. Do it. But that's not the case. So again, it's like when you want to be odd about the ratings and go, oh yeah, but we won the key demo. But overall views, you didn't. So again, it's like these little moral victories. Yeah, they got more ratings. They fucking should. They were 300,000 less than the previous week, so fine. But they should win. They had two world title matches.
I would say this. When I seen the official ratings came out, my words that came out of my mouth exactly what Triple H said on that interview.
Yeah.
They beat our developmental.
Mm-hmm.
But Hunter did very much, or at least it was speculated, rumored, talked about everything, how it meant a lot to people backstage and people that worked on the NXT brand to beat out AEW. Now, because you had that whole Wednesday Night War, we feel like a lot of people, that's what caused that whole NXT getting taken away from Hunter, was he lost to AEW. So this was his statement back without Vince being there. And I get it. Like, you have AEW's Monday Night Raw versus your Rampage,
right?
Yeah. So,
but I mean, it's just a simple thing. Like when I seen this, my overall thing was this: if NXT beats AEW, then all the WWE fans have a lot to shit on, shit on AEW for. And I personally would have said, if this would happen, I know Tony would have came back next week and did something totally different. He probably would have flipped his shit and said, enough is enough. Bring these people back. Bring CM Punk back. Well, he's injured, but bring the Bucks back. Bring Omega back. I need everybody here right now. Shit is getting officially real. I thought that's what probably would have happened. Now, I mean, yeah, they had two main title matches. NXT, they didn't advertise anybody coming over besides the OC. We didn't know Kevin Owens was coming into the night of, and that was a spoiler. We didn't know Shinsuke Nakamura was coming over at all until the night of. That was another spoiler. We already knew that what's her name was going to be there, Mandy Rose's best friend. She's not anything spectacular, but that was it. That was all. So it's still a developmental show that went head to head with AEW once again. AEW really didn't take anything this time at all. They were only 76,000 up. That's not a big margin. Now, compared to that Wednesday, of course, like you said, they had the Yankees game, this and that. They would have did over, they wouldn't even hit 1 million. I know for a fact. That shit was trash. But I mean, it is what it is. It's AEW. They're gonna do what they want to do. They're a bunch of cocky pricks. The person that's pissing me off the most is the person I've been advocating for the most, Jericho. I don't know what's wrong with him now. He's getting to the point where I know what he's doing, but shut the fuck up. like you're right, bro. Bray Wyatt cut a promo about Eric Rowan and not Eric Rowan, Luke Harper and somebody else that he lost. I think it was, I don't know who else passed away, but I'm pretty sure it was a close family member, our friend. And Jericho talking about I'm happy he's back, but I didn't believe not one word of his promo. What? Yeah, I don't even care if you was talking about if that was more to it, but since that shit was released, you look like a stupid fucker now. Yeah. Because you just said you don't believe that Luke Harper's dead. The motherfucker that was in your company that you guys praised because after he passed away.
Well, I think he believes that Luke has passed.
I don't care. But it's still the fact. Why would you say that, dumbass? Like, stuff like that pisses me off.
To me, it kind of speaks to the fact that everything Jericho does is complete bony and bullshit. So he's just, the whole thing was a work. Bray isn't really emotional. Bray really knows that. Which, I mean, again, was he selling it because that's what he does? He's a pro wrestler. Yeah, but I mean, you got to tap into that genuine side of feelings for it to mean something. And
but you know what?
Wyatt talking about how down and out and desperate he was.
Yeah.
Out comes MJF to copy it the next couple days.
But you know what? You can't even really. I personally can't even say that I don't know if this was actually a work on behalf of Bray Wyatt, because I truly don't know. Because yeah, he made me feel like it, but Loki, we don't know if this is how this man actually truly felt, because we never would have known, because he's been that demonic character. He's been the eater of all worlds and shit. So he had to come out no matter what and pitch this to us. Hunter has already shown us with Imperium being emotional at Clash of the Castle that it's okay to cry on TV. You know, it's okay to get emotional or some shit. So maybe this was the true feelings. His voice was what that sold me both ways. I was like, yeah, it's a work, but then it's a shoot, because when he kept going into, then I was doing this and I was the raspiness and it sucked me in, and it made me pause. And
he paused himself.
It just made me feel.
You're learning, young Padawan.
He's like, sure, these motherfuckers do it.
Maybe, yeah, but it just made me feel more attached to that whole entire promo, basically. Yeah. And he's going to be there Friday as well. They're saying now, so hopefully we'll see more.
Oh, I think 100% that promo was 100% Wyndham Rotunda talking to us. The second he hit that, like, after he started talking and everything, like, that's when you get that good ass whooping, or you're super emotional, is when you hit that, like, so
even the all black he came out in, he didn't come out and he wasn't promoting shit. He came in all black. It was more
that was his moment to talk, and I've been away and I haven't been able to say anything, so this is my moment to talk. And for Chris Jericho to run his goddamn I like having a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna.
It's with that mouth.
No, I was gonna say something a lot worse. But yeah, so for him to sit there and try and say, "Oh, that's a work," "Oh, this, that, and the third," you've been nothing but an absolute leech to anything going on in professional wrestling right now. So you don't believe Bray Wyatt's promo? I don't believe you're actually still a professional wrestler. I think you like to play one with Tony Khan's money, and now you've signed a 3-year deal and added yourself, a couple more executive roles and a little bit more power backstage, and now you can be a producer, so you can guarantee that the Ocho remains and everything. Meanwhile, when we're talking about ratings, speaking of going back to NXT versus AEW, last week's AEW had 983,000. This week's had 752. I understand different day and everything, but that's almost a 200,000 clip loss just because of a day. I don't think so. That's a big dip right there.
It is.
And speaking of dipping, but I have quarterly breakdowns from like the last week's AEW.
Yes, fucking Real House fucking Wives. Oh my God, Ashley, thank you, thank the fucking Lord, bro. AEW still getting beat by Real Housewives, bro. I can't deal. 1.4. I can't deal with it, bro. Right. It's hilarious. I just want to call Tony like, hey, y'all get beat by Real Housewives every fucking week, right?
Right. Just tweet him that every time he puts out, like, I'm thankful for everybody with these ratings. Still lost to Real Housewives.
That is so hilarious.
But speaking of Real Housewives, maybe, Ashley's, the kind of the Real Housewife now of the channel and everything like that. Maybe we'll see her show and everything. But yeah, we have I have quarterly breakdowns for like Jericho segments. Honestly, I went that far. I dislike this man right now in AEW that much. I looked into quarterly, since he's the demo god and all of that.
Demo god.
Last week when he had it, the end of his match between Jericho and Danielson, when they had that whole Garcia segment and everything, they lost 20,000 viewers during that segment. That was quarter 6. So obviously the Ring of Honor champion's real over right now, huh? And then when he won the Ring of Honor title at Grand Slam from Claudio, the end of that match, which also had the Acclaim versus Swerve and Glory match, that lost 72,000 viewers during that segment. So, and unless that's all on the Acclaim, which I don't think Scissor Me Daddy's not over with people just outside the AEW bubble. So I think that's more on Jericho winning the Ring of Honor World title. People are sick of this fucking guy being on every show in every goddamn angle. Just self-aggrandizing shit.
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
And you know, I think I brought up this before as well, Nick, when I was talking about it, how it was back when CM Punk was around. I was saying, you know, like during his matches, there wasn't a lot of viewership. Like you was constantly see the fucking droppage. Like
right.
The start of the show was low, but the middle portion was like the second, third match. It was great, which is expected. You know, about 15 minutes in, yeah, you know, people are getting home settled. But during his portion, that shit was done. Like it was down bad. I mean, like almost 100 to 115,000 down. I'm even looking at some shit from when Bobby Fish and Punk were going at it. They only had 519,000 people watching at that time. And then Malachi and them came in and that shit upped 528K. So it's like when their viewers, they're talking about it, I don't see this shit. Oh, I lied. Dante Martin, Leo Rush promo versus John Moxley, FTR in 10. I don't know who the fuck 10 is. That was 970K viewers. This is some old shit.
I was
like,
this
is some old shit.
These facts.
Yeah, this is some old shit. But I would just say like this. I wish WWE would drop their ratings hour by hour and shit. Well, I know they do, but I want to see segment for fucking segment.
Well, even with what you're saying there is Tony really listening to the live audience, the paying audience, or is he listening to the audience that's tuning in at home? Because those almost seem like they differ.
Well, his reasoning for
go ahead.
His reasoning for using Orange Cassidy was like the uptick in the viewership. Like he's bringing in views. Like everybody likes him. So would that not be the case for guys like FTR, for Wardlow, for Joe, for Miro? That like people lose their minds when they see them, and then are they not potentially going to move the needle more than fucking Rio?
Well, I guess to back my claim against Orange Cassidy, he did lose 22,000 when he beat Pac. But
yeah, because nobody cares.
Right. Well, that's the thing is you killed that title right there.
I'm sorry, that's hearsay.
Heresy.
Oh man. So I'm looking at WWE's. This is Monday Night Raw. Their ratings. Oh, let me ask you a question about AEW. I think that Tony listens to the arena. I think that's his problem. He listens to that fucking arena because he can't really tell what we want to know because we're just fucking wrestling antics and shit. We're the IWC that
you're what he is, a fucking mark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's just a mark with a bigger piggy bank. If we all had a fucking bigger piggy bank, we could do what he's doing.
Exactly.
Better.
So, and the only reason facts. I would love to see us three run a fucking wrestling company. Bro. That shit would be crazy.
Well,
that would be
if
crazy.
you have a wrestling promotion and you need a creative team or some consultants or anything like that, I'm sure all of our socials are floating down right now there on the little scroll and everything like that, or in the video description, all of that. You can contact us. Have your people contact our people.
At 1-800 Wrestling for Life. No, but so with AEW, you remember how I was saying how AEW that when you're in that arena, it feels like a WrestleMania moment. It feels like WrestleMania basically.
Yeah,
I think that's what he does. He's listening to that shit, and it's so funny because when he comes out and tries to amp up the crowd, it don't work.
No,
it doesn't work.
When he's getting on his knees and smiles like a donut. Pause.
Would
you ever see Vince do something like that? Would you ever see Vince come out there and get on his hands and knees and beg the crowd and thank them for being there?
You see what he did, bro. When Vince came out the first day when we had live crowd, where have you been?
Right.
And that we popped
even when he was caught with fucking women, he was just like, we're here forever. Bye.
The most powerful man in professional wrestling now outside of the Vince McMahon character with Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't really seem to, once he stepped away from that, didn't want to be on TV anymore.
Right.
Didn't want to be mentioned in Hall of Fame speeches, didn't want that accolade. Tony seems to want to just get every drop of it.
If Tony wants to walk out before every show or between every taping,
between every match,
it is every commercial, bro. When there's nobody in the ring, really, literally.
Yeah,
when I was there,
AEW.
When I was there, like dead serious, every time it was a match it was no match, it was a commercial break. He was out there
doing what?
serving concessions.
That's what he was doing, bro.
Asking if you needed a beer.
Bro, holding the microphone like this.
How's your night?
What the fuck?
Taking tickets.
I thought it was just like key moments the man walked. I didn't realize it was every I'm back. You're like, fuck.
Bro, the start of the show, in between each and every match, there's no matches. There's no matches out there. At the end of the show, especially when it's time for Rampage
or something.
Yeah, bro. He was out there. That shit was insane.
Ooh,
so.
No, that's ridiculous.
Like a fucking kid on Xanax.
Yeah, if he wants to walk out at the beginning of the show and say, everybody, I'm Tony Khan. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our brand in this tone, the way I am talking right now. Mm-hmm. And, this is, it's a pleasure to have you all here. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show. Great. But him coming out all the time, I didn't realize it was nearly that much. That's ridiculous. And in addition to that, screaming and yelling like a fucking 9-year-old who just got a fucking Christmas gift is a problem.
I have to quote the late great Rick James. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, allegedly.
What the fuck? Fuck your couch. I thought you were gonna go with.
That's what I thought he would. He took a cocaine. Damn. But yeah, bro. Like that's how he comes out, and it makes no sense. It's like I understand that you're happy, but when you come out and you show us that, you look like a fucking dumb rich fuck.
You look like
we hate. That's all.
It's funny. It's still funniest to me that the biggest thing that was, I guess, kayfabe this whole time that everybody was like, "Oh, it's a work. Oh, it's shoot." Was Tony or was MJF calling Tony a mark? That's been the truest statement to actually happen. Meanwhile, when we had the all-out backstage fight of Ace Steel biting people, now he's fired. We might be getting the Elite back because they've past sensitivity training and all that.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, kayfabe news. Shout out.
Hey man, talking about no past sensitivity training guy.
But they were mentioned in the All Elite. They were mentioned in the intro. They were hinted at on Dynamite a couple of times. Like them, they were mentioned. CM Punk was mentioned. They were mentioned in the intro. All of that. Like
that's the trade-off.
It's now starting to percolate that they might be.
Imagine the only person that gets fired from this whole situation is Ace Steel, who we didn't know was in the
bit somebody.
We just all agreed not to sue each other.
But what if he bit him because he was in a headlock?
I still think it was Larry. Ace Steel is taking the rat for Larry. Larry's the dawn of this whole shit.
We're gonna have to put that dog down. They're like, no,
Larry came out and just popped the leg and said, "I'll show you a super kick party," and pissed right on the Young Bucks' new shoes. And then he bit Kenny Omega, and then Ace Steel and Punk had to take the cover for it because that or poor Larry had to get put down.
Oh, this was poor Ace Steel. Sorry, Ace Steel.
Whew. All right, man. Carlos said, "Don't forget Jericho killed off the pizza guy."
Yeah, poor Luigi. R.I.P. Luigi.
Don't forget the Wonder Wendy Chu, man. Look, Wendy Chu is in recovery right now. She's been hibernating for too many fucking years. It's time for her to go back down to the dark side. I'm willing to say Wendy Chu is Red Riding Hood. So
is what?
Red Robin Hood. I don't know what the I got gum in my I got gum. Hold on.
What?
I got gum.
Why?
Pause. I have gum in my mouth, so I'm chewing and the gum is so watery. Pause. So yeah, anyway, Wendy Chu she's done hibernating, I hope so. I think that she is the lady or the magical myth that's under the Red Riding Hood.
Oh, you think she's the Red Hood? Oh, yeah. Shout.
I think so. I hope so.
Anything but the pajama gimmick would be nice.
Correct. What?
Yeah. What?
What?
All
right. So overall, with these ratings, to me, it really isn't a celebration. I mean, what if it was the other way around? Like, I feel like if they had Dynamite on a Monday and they were 100,000 behind, all fucking bells and whistles. Jericho would be tweeting about it. Fucking Tony would be bragging. Oh, we were right there against their top show. Yay, us.
This was
a moral victory at best.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
was.
you don't brag. Shut up.
It wasn't even a victory though. Let's be real. It wasn't even a victory because they were damn near 200 to 300K behind. Now, if they were up to 100K towards Monday Night Raw, I'll be very much questioning why the fuck y'all can't do that on Wednesdays.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think that it was a victory at all.
Yeah,
I think that they got a pass.
You've all seen that meme to where there's like the podium and then you see the one guy celebrating everything and then you realize he's like 10th on the fucking podium and everything. That's Tony Khan throughout this whole situation. I'm just like, yeah, we fucking did it. Cool. Like, no one was competing against you.
It's like I've never seen a guy get so happy for fucking participation medals. Here's your ribbon. That's all you got in your whole life.
There's a struggle to get those. It becomes a fucking Super Bowl trophy real quick.
Man,
like,
this shit is ridiculous.
Give him a sticker. He's thrilled.
That man sure loves voting. You get the sticker and everything.
Let's see. Carlos says same thing. I went to AEW and 2K comes out. How we doing? Thank you. I'm friends with these guys. He literally says dumb shit like that. Like, he's not lying.
No, it's fucking weird.
He'll literally just come out and say, "These are my friends."
Yeah. That is.
Thank you for coming to my sleepover. Does Tony Khan think every TV taping is just like a giant sleepover or something?
Yes. He's officially wrestling's Pee Wee Herman.
My thing is this. I wouldn't. Wow. I just wouldn't know how to talk to Tony Khan if he was my boss, because when you talk to him,
just hug you. It's okay. You don't need to talk to him. He just hug you and sniff you.
I was gonna say, damn, y'all took it down to Tony Khan picture. I was gonna say, when I see him, I just see the fucking deer. And like, I'm sorry, look, Ashley, I mean no harm in this, but this is what you see when you talk to Tony Khan, okay? You see that? You just see the eyes, bro, and it's like I can't talk to you in a board meeting at all, because it's like, bro, you look at me like this.
I'm not gonna take that shit. I'm not gonna take this.
Yeah, get out my soul, bro. Like, damn, chill
out. Why
out.
are you staring at me, bro? I'm trying to talk.
It's that old meme, the old crazy girlfriend meme that always just looked at you like that.
Man,
like it's that. That's Tony Khan fucking booking AEW of just the crazy ex-girlfriend that won't go the fuck away.
Man, it's crazy as hell. But moving on to the next topic, I guess, since we still are on AEW, you guys did bring this up a little bit earlier. Hangman Adam Page. Enlighten me. What the hell truly happened?
He landed on his head.
Hangman, first off, because I know you and sorry, KJ, if I cut you off, but I know you and I were both live. And then we both kind of
bullshit.
We missed it because we host the show and everything. So we missed the initial bump. And then once I saw the replay, I don't know if he over rotated or under rotated or what, but that man head planted.
Yeah, he looked like under rotation.
Just took it right on the top of like the front of his head.
Yeah.
And I saw people were concerned about his neck, his head, obviously with Big E, the spinal injury and everything, because that man went stiff initially. He was out cold.
I guess it didn't look severe to me personally, because he's like, we've seen worse. What we've seen worse or works.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, you good.
I was just gonna say, but with it being a concussion and everything like that, you need to treat situations like that very severely, especially you've seen that recently with the NFL and everything. We saw the whole Tua Tagovailoa situation to where they let that man play after what was presumed, I guess, by the internet doctors that it was a concussion in the Bills game. When he got a second concussion, the man stiffened up and it was scary and it was hard to watch. And so when you saw that with Hangman he's stiffened up and everything, especially after stuff with like Big E with the neck injury, that it gets very scary.
Yeah,
really quick. And sorry, real quick, AJ. And it's good to see that they handled this a lot quicker than they did like the Matt Hardy situation when that man was clearly concussed with his match with Sammy Guevara, and they just let it keep going.
Yeah, but I think it all comes down to, like Tony even said in that interview that I know you all have seen, they don't train, daily or anything. They just go out and we've seen it because whoever put up that damn video, they sent us a very great injury list.
I have a question for both of you on this topic,
mm-hmm.
And I'll put this out to the crowd as well, guys. when was the last AEW show or week, let's say week, where we went a full week where someone didn't get injured? It's been
week one count.
Someone does week one count. Did anybody get injured last weekend?
We broke a nose on a
that's been broken. Well, no, because even if we're going to talk about this, and I do want to talk about this real quick, of the whole match between Athena and the match that she had with that poor woman on Dark, to where she beat the ever-loving piss out of that woman unprovoked for no reason. It was incredibly unsafe with her.
What do you mean it was unsafe? She didn't hit shit. She hit nothing but shoulders.
That drop kick looked deadly.
That drop kick, the way she dropped her out to the ring, all those knees, elbows. Yeah.
He flies through the air like Liu Kang.
Right, but that goes back to what, like, CJ, yeah. Got me thinking about Mortal Kombat now.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, but I just seen the spot of Adam Page. I didn't realize that he went down like in a pivot. I thought he landed flat.
That's and his head he spiked himself into the mat.
Yeah, I see. God
I
damn.
think he under rotated. Kind of, when you're. I mean, how often do we flip? But
right, I haven't looked it up, but you normally I feel like you normally hit that on your shoulder.
Yeah. Bro, Boss Monster, what the fuck? What? Why? What? Way?
I don't want to touch
Does that count?
10-foot fucking pole, Mr. Grinch.
Anyway, back to Athena and Miss Threat.
Now, some people did surmise that Moxley actually clipped him with the arm, and that's what knocked him out. He was knocked out in the air, and then he landed fucked because Moxley.
But still that initial hit on the mat certainly did not help anything. I think that's because I get that, we've never taken a bump or anything like that, but you see 10,000, clotheslines. You see Walter and Sheamus beating the hell out of each other with chops and everything like that right up in that area. I think it's when his head made contact with the mat in such an awkward way that it got really scary really quick.
Yeah, and when you jolt your neck real quick, real hard, don't. Like when your hands go instantly kind of pins and needles, and you're like, fuck. I definitely know that that's a possibility here where if he looks at the ref and says, I can't feel my hands, we're done.
I think the ref looked at him and saw he was out.
Just glazed.
Just sleep. I think it was unconscious.
But it all comes down to, I'm sorry, I want to tap in on James quick. James said he loved watching us, but he do disagree with most of tonight's AEW hate. I'm gonna say this.
Let us have it.
No. I'm gonna say this. I don't hate AEW, and I'm always a heavy advocate. I don't hate them. Exactly. So I don't hate AEW. It's just you can see the bullshit. And James, I know that you're gonna say, that's because you fucking love WWE. No, there's some shit in WWE that I still point out to this damn day, and I have no problem pointing it out. Braun Strowman, what's Alpha Academy, Omos. I can point out all that shit, but AEW they have had more injuries this year than the fucking NFL team, the NBL team, the NBA, a fucking soccer team. I mean, let's be real. These women are breaking fucking noses back to back. Well, Adam Page just took a fucking clothesline from the best wrestler that they have in their company and got knocked the fuck out with a concussion. Right. Now that's the question you should have asked. When is the last time you ever heard of somebody getting a fucking concussion in fucking professional wrestling or sports entertainment? Because the last one. What company was he with?
AEW. He's right now potentially might have, according to Meltzer, the AEW reporter. I refuse to call him a wrestling reporter anymore because he does not report on wrestling. He reports on AEW. That Adam Cole could come back tomorrow or he could never come back because way to cover your bases there, Dave. Way to be really, anything in between. Way to stick to a point there. But because of a concussion, so it does happen.
But I mean, I'm just saying.
I do agree with you fully on what you were getting. I'm just
saying. Who's the last person? The only person that you can say that had a serious injury in WWE recently was, I think, Big E. I think that was the last. Okay, so Biggie was the only person that recently had a major. Well, Cody did that himself.
Well, no, I just didn't know.
Oh no, I'm talking about a major fucking thing.
Gotcha,
that was
gotcha.
Biggie
Yeah,
for sure.
nothing.
Cody did that. Cody had his injury. He had a pec injury because he was working.
But he hurt himself working out.
That don't need to count. That don't need to count. I ain't gonna count.
Fair enough.
But I'm just saying though, it shows you and this is what I was saying as well with Paige.
Wear and tear.
Oh, Orton as well, but
that's more wear and tear than a
specific
moment.
Fucker's old.
And a botch-related injury is important here. Like
correct.
It was a botch.
Correct. And what I'm saying is like basically AEW, they need to practice more. That they need to do more. And this is why I was saying if we have wrestling on Wednesdays live and Fridays live, that opens up more opportunities for them to stop fucking going on vacation, because you don't need to, if you're a professional wrestler, you don't need to have that much time off. You need to be in the ring consistently. There need to be mandatory meetings, just like how the fucking NBA teams they do, or if WWE hosts, I'm pretty sure WWE has the same shit. Go to the performance center. This is what you need to do. This is your contract, work out. Because if you don't work out, then you're gonna fuck up.
Mm-hmm. They have rooms backstage that you can train in before your match,
right?
But even before your match, I mean, do that outside. Like if I'm off, go to the gym, work out, practice. Mustafa Ali does that shit nonstop. Mm-hmm. Some of the best wrestlers that we see, they wrestle every single day nonstop. Mm-hmm. Practice makes you what? It makes you what?
Wonderful.
Oh, it doesn't make you perfect. It
makes you better.
Makes you better.
But no, I mean that's the thing. Like, but you've heard many times guys like the Bucks, guys like Guevara, guys, and in the beginning we had the, Joey Janela's and all these guys that were just backyard wrestlers that were self-taught, self-trained, were really good at doing trampoline moves and really good at running around the backyard and jumping through shit. We get it. But at this level, you have to be tip top. You got to be ready. And we see it a lot. And I feel like we see it a lot in the AEW women's division of it's like two people that had never been in the ring together ever. And it's just like who goes left, who goes right, stepping on each other's toes, kicking each other in the face. It's not good. Not good.
Well, absolutely. Well, and I agree fully with Victor's comment here. That's what I was going to bring up here about. Well, we talk about they don't have time to train, they don't have anything like that. So then, what the fuck is dark and what the fuck is dark elevation?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is dark and dark? Right? What are those shows? They are these two different streams?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Monday, Tuesday.
It's their FCW, which was pre NXT. I don't get it, and it's especially when you, like you were saying, KJ, and you've even said it, CJ, and I was talking about it with the Ember match of when you have people that, and I get it's a great spot for local talent, indie talent, all of that to kind of get a name, get a buzz, get it put on their resume and everything like that.
It used to be,
yeah, it used to be. Now it's just becoming unsafe.
It's wrestling purgatory.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
It's just become the forgotten show of AEW of who gives a shit. So when you have to tell me that Ember Moon,
do you think Ember was
a match on AEW Dark? I didn't know until people told me.
So you were on the side. I saw a lot of people coming to her aid being like she wasn't dangerous, but a lot of people didn't like what she did, and I think this is leading towards an Ember heel turn. But
she's been working heel a lot. Apparently, that's what they've been saying.
Not on the main shows.
No, she was babyface up until Statlander got hurt. And then Statlander got hurt, and she got pushed to the side too.
Mm-hmm. That is so crazy. But I mean, even with Ember Moon doing,
Athena,
look, Dale. Even with Athena doing that, I don't think that she was dangerous because I'm gonna keep it real. She came from a company that taught her well. And she even left and went elsewhere and was still wrestling. So I mean, she knows how to do what she needs to do. It just once you give somebody the right platform and once you give them the right fucking cheat codes or permissions, whatever the fuck you want to say in wrestling, then she can go out and do it. I personally would say she only did that shit because she was truly frustrated with the match itself. I mean, let's be real. I mean, if somebody's pissing me off and the crowd is dead, I'm about to fuck you up in the match too. I don't care because I know how to.
In WWE, you don't see that in AEW. People do shit like that in AEW because they know that they can get the fuck away from it because we've seen backstage issues, we've seen backstage fights and everything like that.
Any reports?
I think she. Sorry, go ahead.
Or trouble, or just
go away for a little while, and then you come back like nothing happened.
Yep.
Or your boss shows up at your wedding and all of that.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
But I think she fully took, whether she was safe, unsafe, however you want to fall on that, she took liberties with that girl in that ring, and that's not cool. That's, to me, regardless, that's unsafe.
So, okay. So you said that's unsafe. Now, how do you feel about when Sheamus fights? Nobody complains about that, and we never know if there's truly anything backstage because Sheamus is a hard hitter. So let's say, for instance, you push.
There's a difference between working stiff and working unsafe because that poor girl, when she jumped outside the ring, she wasn't expecting that move.
Did you not remember what happened to Dominic Mysterio and Roman Reigns? You don't remember when Roman Reigns picked Dominic Mysterio up and threw that motherfucker outside the ring like nobody was there to catch him.
That's what no one likes Dom.
I don't know, but he landed. I mean, he's a lucha. He's got lucha in his blood.
That's what dudes.
I was hoping he was going to say, if you listen to what I just said a working stiff versus.
No.
Yo, I'm sorry. I brought it up because I seen it early and I was like, God damn, like Dominic got fucked up by Roman.
Right.
But even if you go back and see the Athena clip, there were certain points of it where I was like, damn. But did you hear the atmosphere in the arena? They pop more for it. They pop more.
No shit. If you go to a bar, you watch two fucking drunk ass motherfuckers fight each other, the bar's gonna pop.
But I'm okay. If you are fighting and your boss can't give you he doesn't want to put you back on TV because he thinks you're too boring or nobody wants you to wrestle, doesn't this kind of sort of opens up an opportunity for her to ask to come to Rampage now or the Dynamite and be in front of a live crowd once again and actually get that pop? Because we know that Athena is great. We've seen Ember Moon on NXT. We know what she's capable of, but ever since she's been on AEW, she's been shit.
Right, but I think that goes back to like what you were talking about of her letting out some frustrations and everything like that. That's more of what that was. She was upset that she's having a match on Dark, like, you know, KJ was even saying of it's almost, you know, wrestling purgatory, at least AEW purgatory.
Right.
But that she's gone from we were talking about her competing with Jade Cargill for the TBS title. Correct. And then now she's having a match on Dark with.
Did she have a match for she did, right? And she lost?
Yes, and she lost pretty easily.
I didn't remember.
Exactly. Nobody remembers any of Jade Cargill's matches. They're so fucking quick. I mean, let's be real. I'm happy with it too. I'm looking at Athena right now, and I will say that when she was delivering them goddamn forearms, that shit.
Yeah,
was
that's
safe.
Brock versus Randy. Just I'm gonna open you.
But she didn't. She wasn't connecting none of them though. If you see closely, she wouldn't connect none of that, as of what I can see. But now I do agree with you when she threw that lady out the fucking ring. That get the fuck. Damn. On that note, you guys. On that goddamn note.
Really off Hangman. That's how boring.
What's up with Bray? What's going on with him next? What do y'all think is going to happen?
You skipped something, but
I definitely skipped something. I don't know what the hell I skipped, but I skipped something. You tell me what the. Oh, sorry, guys. Say something nice about AEW.
That's our new weekly segment.
Say something nice about AEW. What the Batman.
And that's exactly what KJ has to say nice about AEW. This moment,
I'm out.
He left. He legit left.
Fucking hell.
Number 2, sir. Number 2.
No, apparently there's a button here. There's a certain way you tap.
Now he got the buttons that we got.
Mouse. Right, now you get the buttons to where all of a sudden you click the mouse the wrong way and all of a sudden it goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go last because I got to think about it.
Oh, okay.
I got to think of something.
That's next what to say.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Thank you for fucking up MJF so he can sign with WWE in 2024.
That's not nice.
Sir, that's not nice.
No, it is nice. I thank them. That's nice.
Now, you're a diehard MJF fan. For everyone out there listening right now, the man next to me is a diehard MJF fan. He is on the MJF juice.
Pause.
And you were saying about that you feel like AEW is currently fucking up MJF.
Wait, we didn't get through the everybody say something nice.
We'll get back to that because yours was so mean.
Okay. Well, just because I'm right doesn't mean it's mean. Okay. So absolutely, I think that they are completely misusing MJF. You bring this man back as the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. So you bring him back, you don't realize that he won, he was the Joker, he won the poker chip, everything like that. You could have had him cash in on CM Punk, whether he's injured, whether, he's going to go back and, fight backstage, what have you. It's the hottest thing going. It's the best thing you've had going. It's the one thing that people were constantly talking about in your company. And now I did like the whole segment between him and Regal. I thought that was fantastic. I even sat there and rewatched it and everything. But for, I mean, I'll go the whole show if we want to keep going with this. But for the way that ended, to me, ended so weak. That ended on such a flat note. And I know we talked about this, KJ, on stream. I still think that the way they ended Dynamite was the plan. And I don't think it was called, and I don't think it was an audible because of what happened with Hangman. I think that that's what they were still going to do. And it makes him look so fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. I get he's now supposedly maybe a baby face somehow. And they did cheer him. They did pop for him or whatever. But it's so out of character. It's so out of left field. I pitched an idea on goddamn stream that was better than what they did.
Yeah, no, Dale agrees. Here's my big issue. To me, MJF is a slam dunk as a heel. The fact that you bring him back and he's just the devil, the purest of fucking evil in all of wrestling. That is the guy. That is you're the bottom of the pit. He will do anything to win. He'll do everything underhanded. And the crux of his evilness is hiring 5 random dudes to do some work for him. He isn't like this whole hesitation. I might have a conscience. To me, it's fucking nonsense.
Everything with him, sorry, CJ, but everything with him and Bivens, the firm has been a turd in a punch bowl. Honestly,
yeah, that firm needs a Viagra because it's not firm at all.
Pause. Double pause on that.
Blue Chew. What the hell did he say? AEW more excitement. The unknown, anything can happen anytime. The owner is not an old perv. Well, the owner of WWE is no longer relevant.
Yeah.
And James, technically, the owner of AEW is Tony Khan and his fucking father. Let's be realistically.
And I would argue right now, what company is more likely to surprise you and give you something you didn't expect coming?
WWE.
I would think so right now.
Well, no. They both do that. It's just one's good and one's bad. I expect, AEW delivers, just as many surprises. They're just all bullshit.
And I've said this. I said if WWE grabs Wyndham, there's nobody else that you can really say that's fucking exciting that AEW can grab. They can go grab Hulk Hogan. We don't fucking like his ass. Now, if AEW was to pull The Rock, then we can talk. We can fucking talk legit.
Could Warner Discovery have The Rock on AEW to promote Black Adam?
He could. He very much can.
I would love it.
However, I think The Rock is still signed to WWE. Not under
something.
Yeah, because all of these guys that's going that's not working, they're signed with WWE still. Exactly. Yeah. We know for a fact he's plugged in with WWE for life.
It would be hilarious, first and foremost.
If you get Shane McMahon over there in AEW, Be my guest.
Your answer to Bray Wyatt, as far as like Bray Wyatt got a lot of press. The White Rabbit thing was outstanding. We're still asking questions about this whole scenario. We still got YouTubers that have dedicated their whole channel to Bray Wyatt and what Bray Wyatt's up to. I love it. But your counter internally with Tony is a guy like MJF who's killing it, who's like, you know, tweeting fucking celebrities and being a dick. Love it. This guy has the potential to move that needle. And as we said, if he had walked out of All Out with the fucking belt, that guy's just skyrocketing. But you sent him into a fucking beef with Wheeler Yuta. Now he's having a conscience, and now he's all do it the right way, which will probably mean that come full gear, he cheats to win. And then he goes, you didn't know I was going to do that. I said I wasn't.
But you guys also need to remember that even though he's portraying as the devil used to be an angel.
Oh, shut up.
So and no, because you guys are saying, you know, hey, we don't want to see a face MJF. If Tony is doing it the way that the show Lucifer actually went, where he's just a handsome devil and he has both sides, he's a good guy, but he's also he can be fucking demonic, then do it.
Nick's face is the best.
I know, but I'm saying,
Nick looks so unimpressed by your theory.
What else you want me to say? Just turn the guy. Face.
So here's the way that I said that you could do it. If you don't do the whole William Regal segment, you don't do any of that. You have him. You don't even tease that he's in the goddamn press box. You have him come out in Cincinnati after that match, and he wins. Whether they boo him, then fine. You keep going with him being a heel, and he's, you know, the fork-tongued devil and all of that, because he's the best on the microphone in professional wrestling today, outside of the person named Heyman. So that, or he gets cheered in Cincinnati in Mox's hometown, and then he's the biggest babyface you run with, and you have him work that weird tweener role like Roman does. He still comes out and basically cuts a heel promo, but I feel like they'd still eat it out of his palm if he's world champion.
Gotcha. I don't think that they could do that with MJF, because it's like Jericho said this, unfortunately. He said you can be a heel, but there's going to be a certain point in time where you're such a great heel where the fans, they're going to cheer for you as a heel.
Right. So you do it naturally versus this.
But you don't think that this is not, but okay. So this whole bubble of fuckery we got with MJF is the same spill that he did with CM Punk. Am I wrong? Went down memory lane with him, told him this, cried on TV, and fucked him later. Pause.
I get that. That's the only way that you can save this. But I think if you do that, then you have to have William Regal turn heel as well. You have to put MJF and William Regal
in heel.
Listen, I don't dislike that at all. I imagine when you said it the other night, I was like, and then even where Moxie's standing in the ring and he's looking at Regal, if Regal had just rolled in the ring and fucking nut-shotted Moxley and MJF cashed in,
celebrate with him, and he hits him with the brass knucks.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I would like to see that for sure too. Yeah, that would be crazy, but
you don't think it's weird, CJ, that they're trying to make it to where you're a heel, but you do it the honorable way. So he's still trying to be a heel, but I'm going to announce my cash in like Super Cena did and everything like that. I'm going to do it the right way, but I'm still a baddie. It's the most convoluted, backhanded, trying to have your cake and eat it too situation I've seen in professional wrestling in a long time.
But you know what? I think that you know how they said that they got them like a little 5-year plan already written down for them. I think CM Punk is what truly fucked it up. Because CM Punk was supposed to be in that MJF role. I'm sorry, in Moxley's role. Sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And I think that if we would have seen that, then it would have been way much better. But since we don't have Punk, we don't have the history between Moxley and MJF really. It's kind of like we just got to throw it together and just make it do.
I'll give you that. That's fair enough. I still think he should have walked out of All Out with it.
Trust me, I agree. I'm just saying since we're past it, unfortunately, and we're here.
I know
what we have today. This is my theory.
But hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So yes, now you two have to say something nice about AEW. Now that I've had my whole spiel, my diatribe about
My that man gonna have a whole aneurysm and shit trying to say something nice. I'm about to prove to you guys that I am not an MJF mark. I'm sorry, I'm not an AEW mark. I want to say this sincerely, unconditionally. Tony Khan, thank you for listening and bringing MJF back. I'm happy that you made him the Joker. I'm happy with the way that you delivered him to us. I'm also thankful that Jay Cargill is undefeated and the TBS champion still.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Does she retire with the belt?
No, I mean, eventually there'll come a moment, and it should be a huge moment, like somebody knocks her off finally. But
I don't know. CJ's face says otherwise.
When?
I was about to say this. This is my whole thing. Nyla Rose bet the fuck not beat Jade Cargill. I will officially turn it to
Riho's gonna beat her.
Oh my fucking god!
Riho is the next champion. Tony loves Riho. What?
What?
She better go 50 and zip. That's all I'm gonna say.
She not losing anytime soon.
50 and zip, man. But she ain't got nobody else to fucking beat. So shit, it's going.
Statlander.
You know what?
Statlander might beat her.
Statlander or either Marina Shafir. I'm sorry, what's that lady name? That's who's the Ring of Honor
Marina
Women's
Shafir.
champion.
You don't know me? The mental breakdown promo? No, fuck no.
I didn't mean to say her. I really did not mean to say her. I meant to say the Ring of Honor Women's champion.
Mercedes
what is her
Martinez?
Name? Her, yes. Now she can come in and do something as well. But really, I want.
We haven't seen her in a minute.
She's injured as well.
I forgot she was still champion.
Exactly. Serena Deeb. That's who it is. Fucking Serena Deeb.
Serena Deeb.
Yeah,
those
Deeb, three.
Didn't she?
Shit, probably so.
I don't fucking know. I feel like she's beating everybody. Something nice about listen. We've been here. Like I've been doing YouTube streams for pretty much the duration of AEW or a bulk of AEW's time around. I like the chaos of AEW at times, and I like a lot of what they've done, but it's like they've lost the plot in 2022, and that all of a sudden the shine's off the. And it's not just good enough that you're offering an alternative. People are starting to critically watch the show. I know, we got friends out there like Robert, like James. They're very passionate AEW fans. What I like about AEW is still the alternative, but if you isolate it and pretend there's no WWE, no other wrestling, this is our only wrestling product, as fans, we want to see better. We want to see improvement. We want to see growth. I want to be entertained. I don't want to see fucking Jericho versus Bandito as a spot match, or I want some type of angle, some type of story, something that's leading somewhere. I don't want to just continually go, all right, I'm going to show up. There'll be some decent matches that I kind of remember a week later, but I need more. I need more than that. And once he ran out of we signed all the surprise pops. Now the onus is actually on the booker, because there were some shows that weren't great that got. This was supposed to be something nice about AEW.
I was going to say, where's the nice thing here?
So the nice part is, Tony, you still got a chance. And I've said it for weeks to both you guys. Tony, just say less. Worry about in-house. Fucking ignore Triple H. Ignore WWE. If somebody's a free agent and they don't fit, don't just sign them. So you say you can sign them. Because I don't know what the fuck you're going to do with OGK. As much as I like them.
OGK? What the fuck is that?
The OG Kingdom, right? With Canellis.
Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Maria Kanellis.
The Canellis is...
Now,
okay,
folks, that's CJ Googling who OGK is, because that's how well Tony Khan's done of presenting them.
But I've always said that. Hey, I've always said, I'm sorry, I've always said this. I do not remember. I don't even know half of the roster unless they've been with WWE personally, or if it's like the Young Bucks and shit. And that's
they
it.
Have a bloated ass roster.
It's bloated as fuck, but it's like it's the bat. You're like. One company's loading up their roster, but they're filling themselves with protein, and the other company's filling themselves with sugar and fucking carbs. Like that's what it feels like.
It's just, Tony, this is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do.
Exactly. Now, another positive with Tony Khan is the announcement that he's very close to putting out a weekly ROH show. Kudos.
He said that for real?
From
Yeah.
monthly.
And we're getting another ROH pay-per-view at the end of this year, which I think is a bad move, but I'll accept it because it'll be fun to watch.
Why do you think it's a bad move?
I just think right now he's really just focus on AEW as a brand. Clear out some of these like if you got a show coming, a weekly show, you can reintroduce us to Samoa Joe and Danny Garcia, whoever's got the fucking titles, but just push the ROH guys aside, highlight and really highlight who on AEW you are going to emphasize and make us give a fuck about for the next 6 months to 8 months.
But if you're going to hide the Ring of Honor titles, then you have to push away Chris Jericho. You have to push away FTR.
Well, the FTR deserves the AEW.
I see how you switched fucking hard gear shift there of clap for Jericho going away, but FTR of like, no, can't do that.
Right.
And that's what you'd have to do if we were going to completely ignore Ring of Honor. I feel that ship sailed, honestly.
Right. Well, that's my good thing. So, I mean, with that being said, quickly, I have one last quick thing. It's not much of a debate, but Ace Steel got fired. So,
shut the fuck up.
Right.
Oh man.
Under the no shit, Sherlock.
People reported that like, oh my god, he got fired. Now the only curious part is this answer that makes everyone if now they're finally making decisions based on the findings of the investigation, what else is to come?
I don't think that was truly a fucking investigation to begin with. I think it was just a bunch of bullshit. Because I mean, that doesn't make sense. I still don't understand this shit to this fucking day. Yeah, like the fuck. I don't think Ace Steel was even a fucking employee, to be honest. Like you said, KJ, he showed up on TV. We were like, "Who the fuck are you?" Next week, he's in a fucking fight biting somebody, allegedly. But now you're fired. Who the fuck are you?
Right, but he was backstage like most of AEW's talent is supposed to be. If they have these backstage roles, then you should be backstage to where people don't know who the hell you are, what you're doing, what you're involved in. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's again, you bit somebody allegedly.
I would have whooped his ass.
I'm glad you're in AEW for a cup of coffee, but thanks for coming. You know, I think we're going to get back to probably CM Punk might be done with professional wrestling. I feel like at this point.
I would not blame him either, though. I ain't going to lie.
Oh, 100%. But I think we're going to get back to the Elite are probably going to be back soon. We'll get them taking the trios belts again. We'll just get back to business as usual.
I really hope not. I mean, I think that they are truly just missing one element, and that's just strictly FTR needs to be the AEW champions. I think that's it.
Oh, they'll be tag champs, but I think
give me 1 second.
The Elite will be trios. You're good.
Boom, boom. Listen, I can literally sit here and go on for the next hour about FTR. And you know what, James? I think, and again, I saw a comment that you've watched wrestling for a long time, and I get it. Yes, Rampage 100% needs to be live. And I think that's where we're coming from. And I agree, like a lot of NXT is fucking awful. So it's a funny comparable. But for me, it's all as fans of, come on, Tony, we want better. When he was doing good and we were getting really like, listen, 10 out of 10 pay-per-views, we were like, fucking this pay-per-view was amazing. That pay-per-view was amazing. Show's number one this week in and week out. But all of a sudden now we're in this rut, this what do you call it? A fucking
well, I've said it for the longest time is that nothing within AEW changed per se. It's the landscape around AEW changed. Now WWE, you awoke a sleeping giant with that.
Sorry, Nick. Do you know what it's like? It's like, when you get a video game and you're fucking playing it, and then you're just fucking dusting everything. You're like, fuck, I'm good at this game. Right. And then you do that fucking mistake and you click go online. And all of a sudden, fucking 10-year-olds from all over the fucking country are whooping your ass at whatever game you thought you were great at. That's kind of how they're doing.
Right, you've got some 10-year-old fucking teabagging you in Taiwan pause.
Didn't have to go there.
But you got some shit like that happening. Where you think, okay, I've got this, and then you actually step up to the big leagues, or you move past the rookie setting and you put it on pro or all pro.
I got
you realize, oh, LeBron's dunking on me for 60 in this game. Like, okay, maybe I'm kind of ass at this. Maybe I should actually try and get some people around me who know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
But I feel like Tony's not doing that. And I know you and I have really gone back and forth on this and I've compared it very much to WCW with Tony now bringing in, having these guys sign deals back, but also they get a production role, or they get a producer role, they get an agent role. They're an exec. What? Yeah, they're an exec. What? They got a backstage role. What? They got an office job. What? They got an office locker room. What? They're a producer. What? Agent.
They get to get fired. What?
Right. WCW. What? Vince Russo. What? Eric Bischoff. What?
No. What?
What?
Well, on that note, we'll talk quickly. And I saw Victor make a comment. Who's next on Papa Paul's list is here. Now I saw Victor make a comment about Mia Yim lost tonight. Yeah, I expected her to lose tonight on Impact because she's leaving Impact.
Oh yeah, her deal's done there. She's out.
So,
boo.
Right, but yes, Impact Override is coming up. We will be live for that, just as we are for every Impact pay-per-view. Even if they put it on a Friday and we're already covering 2 shows, we'll show up. So I will take a couple minutes. We're almost at the end, so there's no point now. Papa Paul's list. Who do you guys see coming soon?
Bronson Reed.
Nice. I've been saying that for a minute.
I think he stays for where he's at for right now. Otherwise,
where's he at?
You get into that Tony Khan realm of you do too many returns, too many back to back.
So no, I was actually like, where the hell is
Bronson Reed's in New Japan / MLW.
So okay, I know what time is 8:08, 9 o'clock your time. So let me say this: we got all these people coming back. Don't you guys feel like that it's time for that split between the championship belts now, or do we need to wait to WrestleMania? Because
it's getting a harder sell by the minute, isn't it?
I thought they were going to do it with a draft, but apparently that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Sadly, I was really hoping that we would get the split sooner or whatever, because I mean, the OC is here. That would have been like one of my number 1 picks to be champions. Now, Judgment Day, they have no purpose. Alpha Academy, no goddamn purpose. Where the fuck are the Street Profits? Hit Row, Skid Row, the LFG. Who the fuck else? Who else is there that needs the belts? I mean, let's be real. Who else is there that needs the belts?
Well, that's where you're starting to get a logjam, because we see the name here, Jacob Fatu, keeps getting rumored to be in the mix with the Bloodline.
What the hell?
That was unnecessary.
That was very much unnecessary.
Made my nipples
scared the hell out of me.
What just happened?
This man told me his nipples. Oh my god!
What is going on around here?
All right, Nick left. I don't know what the hell Nick just did.
It's probably Nick that did it.
Yeah. What the fuck? My nipples got.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh man, I prayed to who the fuck
Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Listen, it would be really cool. I'm a fan of Abaddon. I wish she would be used. Another person that could be utilized better.
Oh, that's a woman? Wow.
Ford is injured.
Ford is injured?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Ford? Right? Like, who the fuck is Ford?
What Ford?
Right. What kind of Ford are we talking about, sir? We talking about the goddamn vehicle?
I think who are we talking about? I wasn't paying attention. Split the titles by Rumble. Then you can get AJ Styles versus Cody. AJ Styles versus Cody Blackstar. Whew.
I wouldn't be mad. Now, do you want to see another title run between Cody Rhodes?
Oh,
I'm sorry. AJ Styles. Sorry.
I think AJ needs another title run.
Victor, cut the shit.
Right, bring back Lana. It might happen.
What the hell?
What?
thought we had that's another glitch or something. I just seen
Oh,
the black
Montez
screen. Like, oh
Ford.
shit.
There we go. Montez Ford is injured. Yes.
Yes, came out with a boot.
Ford. There you go. Everybody knows but us.
Look,
Well,
he
see,
comes
that's
out
the
with
thing is they're
allegedly-
just watching the show and they just listen to us. We're also kind of hosting the show, doing this, doing
It's
that,
just funny as shit. Like,
while trying to watch the show.
where were we going with this? I
don't know.
didn't even remember. But
Well, I do have the Halloween Havoc card up if we want to run through that and give predictions and everything like that.
I'm good with that. Just one quick thing before that. Are we happy about the Good Brothers return to align with AJ? And could it lead to an AJ run?
Yes.
I
I like
they'll
it. We
do
got a lot of trios, so I like it.
I think they'll do it right this time versus that weird feud that they had with the New Day to where they were like, had pee in jars and shit like that. They actually did. Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Yeah.
They had piss in jars?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. You're making me giggly as shit on this dumb shit.
Why the fuck would they do that?
Why? What happened? Where did we get the piss in the jar from?
Because the last time the Good Brothers were in WWE, they had that terrible feud with New Day.
And they pissed in a jar.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to be the only person apparently that remembered this goddamn thing.
The more we talk about it, the more you talk about it, the more I grab a remembrance of what the fuck happened that night.
Yeah, fuck.
They came out in the lab coats and shit like that. They were.
Yeah, I remember that now. I remember that shit.
Right.
They're playing some
yeah, no, fuck it. Somebody pissed in a jar and I can't remember it.
They need help. They need to. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and go down that Halloween Havoc card.
Yes.
What's going on, man? Because I heard that Mr. Bray. So I guess we got some mystery QR code here that we need to sign. You guys can go ahead and go back and scan that QR code. There may be some goodies right there. It is the month of Halloween. Mr. Wyndham likes to play games here with the Wrestling for Life. I try to tell people that Wyndham is my friend, aka KJ's brother.
No, that's KO.
Oh shit! You know what? We're not gonna talk about KJ and his fucking mystery appearance.
I got a whole. You worried about the Wyatt 6? Watch out for the KJ 6. The white
KJ 35.
KJ 60.
I'm not allowed to have a faction called the White 6. No, that's not allowed. Not allowed. That'll be the KJ 6. The KJ 6 folks.
As Nick says, there's 55 of KJ. So.
Right.
Fuck it. We found 5. All right, cool. Let's go down this card.
Right your screenshot. No, just fuck off.
So we have Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller in a spin the wheel, make a deal TBD match.
Please tell me that's not the real fucking name.
Well, we haven't decided what the actual.
No, that is the name because, of course, we have host Shotzi Blackheart. And as some people have dubbed it, I'm not saying it, but some people have said it, that it's CJ's little brother, Quincy Elliott, is also the Super Diva, is the host.
I didn't say it.
Just because I wanted to be a diva on this show a couple times does not mean that man that humps a scooter is my brother. Okay, my brother is not even black. How about that? He's Canadian.
I'm just kidding.
Hey. I ain't gonna lie. That scared me. I'm this close, but my camera's right here.
I don't know. I said the thing, and everybody got real quiet, real fucking quick. That's what scared me.
Nick's like,
right.
Hey, matter of fact, Black Star Fitz. I don't even want to say your name. That's not like a porn star name. Anyway, you know that's the worst thing that HBK has ever produced. Vince McMahon did that to that man. Vince McMahon created Quincy Elliott.
They're running with it. They
What
gave
you
him
say?
a visor, like he just got dog surgery.
Yeah. He's
like
black dust instead of gold dust or stardust. He's black
This
dust.
motherfucker just said black dust. Oh my god. Okay, Halloween Havoc. Go ahead, one more time.
Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller in a spin the wheel, make a deal match.
I can't believe that's the really name of that shit. That's terrible.
That's what I got on Wikipedia right now.
Well, yeah. Once they spin the wheel, they'll call it whatever chainsaw match.
Once we're live, they'll change the fucking name.
Yeah, of course.
Spin the wheel, make a deal. That's cute. I'm going with Apollo Crews in that match. I'm gonna go with Apollo in this one.
Shit. I think Apollo needs the win. Apollo, yeah.
Yeah, I hate to be Captain Agreeable here and, complete the trifecta here, but Apollo Crews, he's the babyface working in this match. He needs to win. Grayson Waller's already. Did you guys see that whole thing that he put out about how people were running with him being Mercy the Buzzard and everything? He's like, I put out an eagle emoji, and just because I wear Hawaiian shirts, and you guys ran with it.
Oh my God. And then he was like, you thought I was going to be the buzzard.
I love his accent. So fucking hilarious.
All right. So we got Apollo Crews in the first one. What else we got?
Yes. What? So we have Julius Creed versus Damon Kemp in an ambulance match. And if Julius loses, Brutus Creed will have to leave NXT.
Can I go first on this one? I have a theory. So the Creeds are going to lose. And it's Roddy's going to screw him. The whole ambulance, the whole in the hospital angle was bullshit.
Yeah. I'm happy you said that shit. I'm happy you said it.
Why do we have to be so agreeable right now?
I know, right? I was like, bro, Roddy's going to screw somebody.
We're just like, yep, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you want, so Julius is, Brutus. Which one is Brutus? Is that the big guy? The bigger one? I don't know though, bro. Should he leave? Should he go by himself?
Well, no, because he'll be joined by his brother shortly thereafter. I think Damon Kemp might just get rid of both of them, and they both go up to WWE. They just have a fucking weird way of doing it.
Now, my question is this: you going to see the Creeds leave NXT, and are they going to join Alpha Academy?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was already thinking that before you even said it. Yes.
All right.
That's the first move.
Yeah, I'm down with that then for sure.
Apollo, because he's not leaving, at least not yet. Yeah, see. Apollo versus Breaker. I mean, Apollo versus a few other names on that roster should be
Apollo all right. Versus Theory.
Yeah. Okay. Setting up the Creeds for them. Yeah. See. No, I think Damon Kemp wins because they're just starting to build him up. I mean, he's young, but he's athletic. And I honestly think once they did that whole in the hospital thing and Roddy Strong's trying to act, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's totally gonna screw them.
They're still trying to get his brother to still stay in and be involved with WWE with Gable Stevenson. So I think that's why Damon Kemp's gonna go over as well.
And did you hear that they're training him more, and they think that he's going to be able to come on the show now faster?
Really?
Well, wasn't there a rumor that he hurt himself or that he was dealing with something? Or
I had heard that it was on the fence of whether he was going to go more MMA route or if he was going to go and actually stay with WWE.
Wow.
He had been training, I believe, with American Kickbox Academy. AKA.
Oh, fair enough. Quincy Elliott was doing his version of Black Adam on Tuesday. Next question.
All right, what?
Why?
But KJ and Nick and CJ, not DJ. What if Roddy cost Creed the Bobby Fish return out? Ooh.
Damn. Goddamn.
A Bobby Fish return?
You broke DJ.
Fuck.
Not CJ.
Yo, what if it is the new Elite? And I remember we talked about this months ago, and Nick was like, well, we could do the Elite because they have all the rights. Not the Elite.
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era, sorry. They own all the rights to everything. So it could be Fish, Kemp, Roddy, someone else maybe.
Fuck it. It's literally like when they did fake Kane or fake Diesel and fake Razor of just fuck it. We own the rights, so might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, I'm down for that now. Shit, because I just thought about that. Fish isn't signed anywhere, and then he was literally just in some WWE news recently as well. So I'm pretty confident that he will be back here. Because anytime I see my source telling me somebody's fucking here, fuck Bobby Fish if he signed the Impact. He ain't signed over there, damn it. Stop ruining, bro. Stop ruining my dreams.
I know. I don't think he's selling.
Bobby Fish is still one of the harder ones. Granted, though, we saw the OC back in WWE. We thought that they would never sign back with some of the stuff that they've said. Braun, obviously, same situation. I feel like Bobby Fish was a little bit like that. And Bobby Fish is probably the one that's like blowing up Hunter's phone of like, hey, did you read my last text? Hey, can we talk sometime? Hey, Hunter, I got Adam on the phone if you want to talk right now real quick.
He starts getting the passive-aggressive messages of like, you must be busy.
Right.
I do wish that if Cole can truly get out of his contract, I would really love to see him on WWE again because
I don't think he wants to, though.
You don't think so? You don't think even though Hunter is there now and he's truly running it, Adam Cole was in it, but he was the face of NXT.
Wherever he can do his Twitch stream is where he's happy.
True. But he can do it here though.
The AEW locker room is burning to the ground, and this man's happy about playing like Mario
on
Party.
Twitch.
So
that's it. No, it's true, Randy. Money talks. Every time someone says, "Oh, that can't happen," money talks. Period.
Man,
here's a boatload of money. We're sorry for what happened in the past. You want some opportunities to make more money in the future. Okay, we'll sign.
Right.
Fuck it. I need a new pool. Next
match is Roxanne Perez versus Cora Jade, and again a spin the wheel, make a deal, weapons.
Now this is so Wicca might be a little delayed because this is going to be a weapons wild match.
Yes.
Did they include that all in the title?
Yes. Stipulation: spin the wheel, make a deal, weapons wild match.
Okay, sorry.
I looked it up.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing two man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing two man.
What? What
the
hell did you say? I looked it up. I was very curious. I'm like, bro, I gotta, because that shit sound like a fucking tongue twister, but it's legit. Spin the wheel, make a deal, weapons wild match.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's Nick. I wasn't saying that you lying. I just had to see him.
No, you're good. Like I said, I sound like a late night infomercial. Weapons wild match. Come see these two beautiful women hit each other in a weapons wild match. Weapons wild. I'm gonna go Roxanne on that match. I think it's time to end their beef.
I think Cora. Yeah.
Why?
I don't care enough to have a why. I think they love Cora. I think they love Avril, and I think. There we go.
I was just about to do the same shit. I was like, bro, yo, it's about your fucking your dumbass stuff a ticket home, bitch.
No, I think Cora Jade. I think they put a shine on her at War Games. I think they've been pushing her. They see something in her. I don't. So I do think Cora wins and continues to get a push around. Oops.
I can see both of you being right. Oh shit.
I know, but this is one of the matches that can literally go both ways because it's like you want to see the end of it, but then again, it's like if you don't see the end of it, then where do we go from here?
Well, I can see Cora being involved with Judgment Day because she's got the same kind of color scheme, all of that, and that's me.
Why
I know that's a little bit of a reach.
Black and purple, they can just join the club,
right? Yeah, I think I know it's a little bit of a reach and everything, but again, Roxanne Perez, Roxy, she's the baby face. She's literally and figuratively the smaller underdog opponent in this match, so I think she's going to end up being the one that sneaks out the victory.
Yeah,
I can't rebut neither one because I mean, all of them are valid points. I mean, let's be real, all of them are valid points.
Hey, if you got a quarter, we can fucking flip it. That's
right.
How I feel about this one. And I like, Roxy did some good work last week. But
paper football.
Right, I got a fucking dollar, bro.
Rochambeau.
Look, you got me looking for a goddamn quarter now. I have no quarters.
No, we'll just know Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors, and just hope that there's no internet lag.
Anybody tuned in right now? I don't know what they're doing.
Yes, guys, we are rock, paper, scissoring on who. We're scissoring
the professional wrestling coverage.
Right.
Victor said it best earlier.
What?
I'm gonna find it. I'm
All
gonna
right.
find it.
What's
Oh, Sesame Daddy. He said the best. I forgot to put my comments in. Jeff Samuel says this.
Use my comment.
Matt Cardona said he want to come back. Also, KJ and Nick, and if Hunter listens to him, CJ and guys, what the hell you mean?
I think Cardona will follow the money.
Wait, why the hell is my name in guys on the in the end? You telling Hunter needs to listen to me? I appreciate that.
The guys. That's CJ and the guys.
Right.
That's just what we are now. We're just CJ and the guys. It's like, you know, we're the picks in this situation.
CJ's What's up next? Oh, Roxy should destroy Cora Jade. Cora's trash.
Just like AEW. Allegedly.
Nah, I think Cora's good. They just booked her terribly. Her skateboard, her paper mache skateboard got a better heel turn than she has.
That was the funniest shit ever. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I don't like when she talks. Period. Anyway, your turn.
So we have Carmelo Hayes versus Oro Mensah versus Wesley versus Von Wagner versus
Who the fuck is that?
Fraser.
Who the fuck is?
I named 5 people.
Who the fuck is?
You know it's Oro Mensah. He didn't know.
I know nobody else.
It's not like the other.
Who the fuck is Oro? That's.
If you tune into Tuesday, you know.
I don't.
That shit. Don't blame me.
I can't rebut that. I'll give you that one as well. I'm immediately going with Carmelo Hayes.
You didn't even let me finish the goddamn match.
Oh, I'll give it him. Whoever else is in there.
Well, the only other person is Nathan Frazier in a ladder match for the NXT North American Championship.
Von Wagner is too big to even climb up that shit. So we can cut the shit with him. Wesley is a fucking nobody. Cut the shit with him. Nathan Frazier has too much oxygen. He's probably going to get screwed from Razor Wing. So cut the shit.
That's what happens, actually, is Razor Wing wins this thing.
This only makes sense that Carmelo Hayes wins.
He's not even in the match.
I'm being biased as shit. I don't care about the rest of the men that are here.
I feel like they're building Wesley to win this, and I don't love it, but I don't know what's happening with Carmelo right now. Carmelo's doing main event matches.
Is this going to be Trick Williams screwing over Carmelo?
Ooh.
I more or less just think I get you what you're saying 100%, CJ, and I'm kind of with you there of that Carmelo should win this, but I think that they could use him better on the main roster than him still floating around NXT. I think he's already surpassed as far as the push, people getting behind him and everything, the NXT championship.
What if this? Trick Williams assists Carmelo Hayes on winning it. The next night, Trick Williams turns on Carmelo. We get their feud.
Interesting. A lot of people think that Carmelo's what's get that.
I like them together. I was going to say Von Wagner wins this just on a surprise entirely.
The dark horse, literally.
The one, yeah, literally. The great, Snorri instead of Kali wins this match. I feel like they see something with him. He obviously still needs some work. Obviously, I think this needs to go to somebody like you were even saying though, KJ, with Wesley. If this still needs to go to somebody who needs to stay in NXT. If we're gonna completely revamp, we're gonna rebuild NXT. Carmelo, you can take him to the main roster and you could put him in a feud with Rollins for the US title. Or say if Ali wins the US title, you put Carmelo versus Ali and they're competing for number 1 contendership for the US title.
Right.
Fantastic match right there.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout. I mean, it just felt like they were building Wesley for this and trying to make us kind of reminding me of like the old Apollo, to bring it back to Apollo, when they were kind of building him up as possible when he was heading towards the NXT championship, and they were giving us these like vignettes to try and make us care about him. And I don't know, but yeah, I mean, Carmelo moving up. Somebody just said it, and that's not a bad shout at all. Randy Sam. want to be with MVP. Not a bad one.
Oh, yeah. Please do that. Fuck off Omos and just
keep Omos as the heavy.
No, send that tree back to the goddamn forest. We don't need to watch that man wrestle another damn match.
This man, he didn't even come up with a fucking solution. His whole thing was send that motherfucker back to the fucking forest, bro.
Right. Send the Jolly Green Giant, the Jolly Nigerian Giant, back to wherever the fuck he done come from, and just put Carmelo Hayes, Trick, and MVP. That's the MVP. That's MVP doing the Hurt Business just now with someone who can do MVP.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Victor James, he's like a new name. Otis technically didn't win that shit by climbing that fucking ladder, right? Am I wrong? Am I missing something?
He did still win it because he was the one
who did he climb to get that shit?
Oh no,
he caught it. Fuck him. He didn't win that ladder match. He won via the air. Okay, fuck it. Right. That was a cheat victory. He sold that damn victory for a fucking bag of barbecue
into the end zone.
Shit is terrible.
Terrible. Almost AEW and be a giant with Jay Lethal. Really?
Hey, I don't care. Omos don't need to be on WWE.
Omos versus Satnam. Book it for Rampage.
Man, for
just real quick, we get Omos and Braun. We kind of talked about it earlier, but I still don't know what that match is.
It's going to be watching two, glacial plates move. Two titanic plates of just, you could literally fucking watch paint dry to be faster paced than that match, I feel.
Wow, that's fucked up, bro.
Doesn't mean it's wrong.
Nick, that was very low of you to say that about him.
What's the next match, boys?
That's because I gotta look up to him like this.
Facts. Gotta look up to another man like, bro, what?
What
did you say? I can't hear you too tall.
I can't hear you.
Your balls off my forehead.
There's an echo.
Yeah, he just picks you up by both of his goddamn hands. You heard me now, motherfucker. We're done. We're done.
So, co-main events. We have Mandy Rose versus Alba Fire for the NXT Women's Championship.
Alba Fire.
Alba Fire.
God damn, we're agreeable.
I think it's that time.
Mandy goes up to the main roster. Mandy, bye-bye. No more NXT for you. Thanks for playing.
I don't want to see her. I'm scared to see her up there, though.
She's done everything she can do in NXT.
That's true. You're right about that. I'm just scared to see her up there, though, because she's going to have to. Her and Toxic Attraction are going to go together. They're going to go against Damage Control. But the whole thing is this: they're going to have to change their entrance because Judgment Day has the bird wings. So, but if they ain't got to change,
no one else can have wings except for Judgment Day.
Bro, yeah.
I think we get that, and I think we get them versus Damage Control at War Games.
War Games.
I would like to see that.
Damage Control versus Smiles and Shotzi tomorrow. Prediction, quick.
Oh, Damage Control.
Ooh. What do you think, CJ?
What was your match? You said Damage Control
versus Rodriguez and Shotzi tomorrow night for the titles.
Oh, that's Damage Control. They ain't losing that shit.
Yeah, I think fair shout.
Fair enough. And so then main event, and I guess we can put a caveat on that if you think Austin Theory cashes in here. But Braun Breaker versus Ilya versus JD McDonough for the NXT Championship.
I would be real with you. This is one of the hardest matches that I can look at because
fair enough.
Braun Breaker is a champion. However, he's been in the news also to have that main roster come up. But is he ready to go up? Because right now, he's kind of the Roman Reigns of NXT. He's beating everybody basically, besides Apollo Crews and a couple other small marks. But I mean, he's beating all the top names. I'm gonna go far and say Austin Theory is gonna cash in.
Whew.
I think, and if he doesn't cash in, then I'm going to say Braun is going to win. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't think that Ilya and JD visas are good enough, are I guess permanent right now.
They could be consistent enough.
Right. That's the only reason I would say that. But JD gets a pass. Okay, he could win as well, just because he's already been in NXT for quite some time. So his visa issue, maybe could, but I don't think Ilya's is. I don't know. It's fucking hard.
I kind of like James's theory. I said it the other night where I was just like, I think JD's the guy getting overlooked in all of this. I think
he is.
Are talking about Ilya and Breaker. Could it be the theory comes out to try and cash in, fucks up, and costs Braun Breaker and doesn't cash in, and JD leaves with the title, fucks everything up?
You know how mad I would be once again. This fucking place come out, tries to cash in and gets fucked again.
Gets hit with a pumpkin.
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
I can see that now. They put the fucking pumpkin on his goddamn head. They just smash a pumpkin on his goddamn head, and he's sitting there trying to cash in. He can't see where the fuck he's going.
I think Austin would try to cash in twice. He's gonna try to get in on the damn ladder match. He's gonna fail that shit and get beat the hell up, and then he'll go to Braun Breaker. Now I'm just booking like a dumbass, but yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, you think he cashes in twice in the same night?
Mm-hmm.
He'll attempt to. He'll attempt one. I mean, let's go back down to history, bro. He's the youngest Money in the Bank, but he's been getting fucked up every since.
Oh, he's been
they beat the mince out of him.
Yeah,
beat the hell out of him. He beat all of it.
But I like how this has somehow worked out, and I guess I'll take the third man in the match, obviously with our little kind of death triangle here going. But my favorite in the match, Ilya Dragunov, I think he takes the win. I agree a little bit of I almost feel like maybe Theory cashes in, maybe that's a tease, and he does the MJF of I'm going to announce it or we build to something with that
shit.
Right, but not everything's perfect.
No, just because
I just think Ilya's what we saw when he relinquished the NXT UK Championship and everything like that. The man is a star.
Oh, absolutely.
The man could put him on the main roster, put him on SmackDown. Give me Ilya versus Gunther for the IC title. Fucking do that on a pay-per-view, please.
Yeah, my natural thought was that Dragunov's going to win this, but then when it became a triple threat and all the way it was set up, I don't know, Nick. You got a shot with Dragunov for sure, but I don't know.
Well, and it almost gets, and it's like what we talked about with Carmelo Hayes of how many people win or how many people lose per se just because they're going to end up going to the main roster.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't necessarily mean Braun's ready to move up. I mean, he's close.
Right.
I don't know. It hasn't been that long of Braun, right? The channel, NXT 2.0 was 1 year old. So where would it be? Like 14 months in, 13 months in at this point? So yeah,
fair enough, but give me Dragunov versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Absolutely. Shut up and take my money with that match.
Randy, absolutely. Let's go. That's a good one.
All right, Randy, you sound like the booker of the fucking year, bro.
Right?
I like that idea for sure.
That's true, but I'm talking about this era.
Why?
Oh, about Razor Ramon. Listen, being tall in a ladder match has helped, and tall people have won it, especially back in a time where most of the wrestlers were all over 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really feel like that's the case anymore. But the problem with tall, clunky guys in a multiple man match is generally, the bigger guys or bigger women get all picked on and they drop a bunch of tables on them or whatever, and they become a non-factor in the whole match.
Yeah, we saw it with Omos to where he couldn't even climb the ladder because he was breaking the rungs of the ladder.
Oh, that was amazing.
You know how pissed I would be? You put me in this match. I got my ass beat. I go to climb this, and I'm too fucking big to climb. I'd be pissed, bro.
Get the super duper reinforced ladder for Omos.
Yeah, at this point, I'll go grab both of the damn stairs, stack them up, bro.
Right?
Just hold the ref hostage till they lower it.
Man, for real. That'd be
out here feeling like Plinko on this ladder. This is ridiculous. Do we get a surprise on Saturday, guys?
Possibly. I'm ready for them to move outside of the performance center, though. I can't wait for that to happen if they do it. But as of right now, I've been hearing that they're going to be announcing another pay-per-view on December the 10th, and it's still supposed to be at the Performance Center. So I want to know when they'll leave.
Rumor I had read is they're not going to venture far from the Performance Center often.
See, but if they can bring back the takeovers and they can go elsewhere, but you know what?
4 times a year.
I don't think that they can though, because NXT is not as big as it was when we had during the Adam Cole era.
No, they got to build it back up.
Yeah, but I don't think they can, low key, because I mean, if they can go back to the authentic NXT, then yeah. But as of right now, this new sound that we got is fucking terrible. Like I hate it. Like
I think they need to go fully all the way back to the NXT that we initially fell in love with, to where it sat there and it was only at Full Sail. They dimmed the lights, all of that. It made it, a weekly thing, all of that. You don't need to travel. Just get back to basics. That's really where they need to go, I feel.
So you don't think that they should do any like arenas and shit like that?
I don't, like KJ was even just saying there, and you kind of agreed with it. I don't think that they could do that at this point. You're going to only hurt yourself when you can't sell those out. So why take that leap when you know you can't make it?
So what if so what about the shows? When was the last big show that they had? Wasn't it WrestleMania, that WrestleMania weekend show where they were outside of that? So you would
SummerSlam one.
NXT World's Collide? What?
World's
no, that's
Collide,
what I'm talking about NXT. I'm talking about NXT. Where was NXT at? Wait, at World's Collide, wasn't they inside?
Yeah, World's Collide because they had Clash.
Yeah.
They were in fucking.
No, they weren't over there. They still did it in the Performance Center.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait. So that's what I'm asking. When was the last time that they had a pay-per-view outside of?
Oh, okay. I guess.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry. So, but I think it was either Great Bash or was it the pay-per-view during
Mania?
I'm thinking it was Mania.
Stand and Deliver. That's what.
Okay, cool. So Stand and Deliver. So what I'm saying is like doing like that type of stuff, like Survivor Series, should they be in at the Performance Center? The day before WrestleMania, should they be in the Performance Center? SummerSlam, should they be in the Performance Center? Center for those type of events.
To me, you do that. If you're going to do that, you do it in a venue nearby the big main event or the same venue the day before.
Yeah,
that's gonna be hard. That's a hard sell.
I like when you do the takeovers, like the 4 takeovers, mirrored. Like we're on the same weekends as the 4 major WWE shows, right? And where you have that, it kind of made those weekends a little more special than your typical ones. And maybe you do start with some of like the the sub rooms of wherever you're gonna be, where you do a 5,000 seater down the road the night before. It's not a terrible idea. You did that. Did you not do that when you were at Mania for NXT? You were at NXT, and then
that was I hate that weekend. We did NXT was from 12 to 4. Then we headed straight over to Mania, which was from 5 to midnight or some shit in the same day. So
it's a long day.
It's a long day of wrestling. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, I know this is off topic and we should be done and shit, but I just don't. I just wish that we could go back to that old shit, that old takeover, because I miss that shit. I think that we can, but that's what I'm like. If Adam Cole was able to get out that contract and come back to WWE, I would want to see him in NXT one more time. Give help boost it up for us, and then you can go ahead and hit the main roster.
Not necessarily Black Star. They've done it like. Even if the afternoon of a major pay-per-view is not a bad lead-in, or fuck, dude.
Even if they go, who gives it? Shit, I prefer Sunday pay-per-views still.
Fuck it.
Or they do NXT on Sunday.
I prefer the Sunday pay-per-views too, because it's traditional.
Yeah,
I miss those.
I prefer Saturday. I personally prefer Saturdays because you have still the rest of the weekend. You have Sunday to kind of soak it in, all of that, and you're not competing with the NFL, to be honest.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, I got you on that one. Fuck it. Look, fuck it. I can't rebut that one because it's in the NFL. Hey, Victor, you got some fat ass fingers today, bro. You've been butchering. MXT. Main Extreme Talents pay-per-view, except for December the 10th. Same day as Ring of Honor, Final Battle. Vic, I'm sorry. Everybody in the comment section, I am sorry. But guess what?
What? I thought the what guy was going to say what first.
I know, that's, But guess what?
I knew. What?
You guys should go ahead and check out all 3 of our wonderful, magnificent t-shirts right now on redbubble.com. Go ahead and look at our description. Check out that link, Redbubble. Go ahead and get the what t-shirt? The Mr. Every Night KJ shirt and the Cut the Shit shirt. Right now, check the description. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Beautiful. Well, we kind of run through a bunch of the topics for this week. We're clipping past the 2 hour and 20-minute mark. But we will be back tomorrow night, folks. We have SmackDown. We have Rampage. Saturday night, we have Halloween Havoc. Sunday, we might have GCW. Somebody asked me about XPW. It's highly unlikely, but we'll see. If we get on this stream and start feeling good and you bug us enough, we might stick around, but I highly doubt it. But anything's possible. Never say never. That all being said, folks, we are looking forward to this weekend, then back into another week of wrestling, and then more go-home shows, more pay-per-views coming, more. And November is a stacked month heading into Christmas. I can't believe it just said Christmas. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, don't swear at me like that.
Saint Nick. With that being said, folks, any final thoughts on the week in wrestling or something that you're looking forward to for the next week? Do you have a cut the shit moment? I don't know. We good?
Oh, what? Yeah.
My cut the shit moment is MJF being a babyface. It bothers me.
I was about to say there. That's my last statement of just thank you, Tony Khan, once again for fucking up MJF as much as you possibly can, so he signs with the real company WWE in 2024.
Pair of sarcastic.
I got one small thing. Our truth is now not a comedian anymore. We may be getting little Jimmy back.
Really?
We just may.
So is that what they do with truth when it comes to I'm going to not go down this rabbit hole right now, but if they put him with Shelton Benjamin, is it like Shelton's trying to be serious, but our truth is nuts and little Jimmy's back? And
yeah, so you're not a comedian. You've just lost your damn mind. Those are the two roles that you can play. Mr.
I love it, though. I fucking love when he loses his mind. It's hilarious. Fucking delusional. Yeah. That's it, but I'm good. I'm done. The brand is shutting the hell up.
There you go. That is CJ Brand. That is Big Nick. I am KJ White. We love bringing you all these streams. Like, subscribe, tell everybody you know we are here all the damn time. We don't stop. We don't quit. We cover wrestling on a completely different level. We'll keep you up to date. We'll give you live reactions. We got more coming your way, more faces to be added to this group, more things happening. We are extremely excited about where all of this is heading. It's all coming together. Nick, any final thoughts?
No, I think we're
What the fuck?
No.
Well, in that case,
well, no. I see where we're going here now. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, guys. Bye.